Cloud9 is really trying their best to hit Gorecki at all times, not only denying the drinks, but also he's taking so much damage.
Oh my!
I got the Arena World Championship on in the background.
Gorecki and Cloud9 takes game one.
Watching Florida, Georgia in the background.
Style as well. I think I want to start though by really talking about why we saw this choice come out in their opposition. Why do we see them move away from what we've talked about so much in the Guardian Druid? And I think it's a really heads-up play. They're trying to take the page out of Wildcard Gaming's book.
Our target is being a recent escape has incited chaos in the lower levels of the prison, which we can use to our advantage. Make your way to the top floor,
I get the
where
start.
the Overseer can be found. Relieve him of his keys, secure our asset, and slay anyone who stands in your path.
It's only 6% dampening in this one interaction. I mean, it's just so well played by Cloud9. You can tell their experience and they know what to do as MLB every single time.
I do want to start looking at this game and actually start thinking about the rest of the day potentially for Cloud9, because when we look at how they were actually put in this position in the first place, you have to be thinking about Wildcard Gaming, right? They offer very similar compositions, which we've already seen them play today. Do you think if they're able to make light work of this composition, that has anything to say how Cloud9 will fare if they get the rematch against Wildcard Gaming?
I think from what it looks like right now, Cloud9 has just been heating up ever since their last series. I mean, they had a little bit of a rocky start there, but now it just seems like these people are unstoppable now. They've found their groove. They're getting the crowd controlled as much as possible. They're not DRing things. They're landing kicks. They're playing well defensively. And all these things are coming together.
Hopefully the Paladin and the Priest could make up the
to
damage.
actually start looking at, because we've seen them Mythic Black before. That's the team that's waiting in the grand final right now. That is the final boss, if you will.
Paladin and Cleave is pretty insane. They do it right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And you start seeing the same compositions, you can start to ask
Get
that
in,
question,
Dad.
are they ready for Wildcard Gaming?
I think so. Firstly, and it's also for the other teams, right? Like Wildcard and Mythic Black are watching in the back. They're watching the series. And you don't want to see your #1 competition looking this good, this dominant. It's going to start to
do another timer, just 5 seconds.
They're going to be on that BlizzCon stage until someone kicks them off.
Oh, he
they
already
could
did
be
it.
here for the next 3 hours if that's what it takes for them to win
Our
BlizzCon.
target
That
is being
momentum
held
so
within
difficult to deal
toll
with.
the goal.
Yeah, that's kind of the biggest question
A recent
right now.
escape
Is that
has
something
incited
that's gonna play
chaos
their
in the
favor,
lower
or
levels of
something
the
that's
prison,
going to be taxing,
which
playing
we
Completely
can
forgot it was
use
my
to our
fault.
advantage.
because this could just
You don't
be
bolster
Make
the
your way to
crabs
the
800
top
times,
floor,
you gay.
where the
and it could
Overseer
result
can be
in a
found.
team winning every single land that
Relieve
we've
him of
had
his
this year.
keys,
What do you guys
secure
actually
our
think, though,
asset,
about getting that
and
many
slay
matches back to back to
anyone
back?
who
I've been in that
stands in your
situation twice.
path.
Times I made it to the grand finals, and I'm not trying to brag, but I mean,
I
it's
must
insane.
get closer.
Momentum will make you play just better and better and better, because you know you want that win, and when you finally get there, the other team's gonna be cold. They're not gonna have any practice. They're just gonna have to fight you when you're at your best.
Do you think the fatigue can ever come into play, Pika?
Honestly, I think no. I think at that point you're just so hyped and you're so amped up and you have so much confidence because you're just running through every other team in the tournament. And like for a team sitting backstage, I mean, it's pretty cold in here, right?
I
You're just
require
sitting,
a
getting iced
target.
out, you're not warm anymore. You might be not staying and keeping your head in the game, things like that. And all those factors really are kind of against you when you're coming onto the stage versus a team that's been up there for hours.
And that is the position that Cloud9 can be on, and also the Gosu crew, right? If the Gosu crew is able to turn around this series, we only got 1 game in the books right now. They could go on that run as well. These are the only 2 North American teams left in the tournament, and very shortly.
Also on Skittish Week's really good to take either a Hunter or a Rogue or both, because I'm going to drop aggro to these guys pretty consistently.
I mean, it's certainly a good pick from the Gosu
Yeah.
crew. Whereas
We don't have a misdirect.
I forgot to change back to Devotional or too.
It's universally
That Pally's probably going to get himself killed, I imagine, because I don't have anything to full threat.
And then he'll blame me.
If they're going to win in this matchup,
He'll blame me.
And then he'll leave and kill the kid.
That is something that we do need to be thinking about, right? Because that's going to also determine the tide of the matchup. Are we going to be looking for small maps on picks? Are we going to be looking for large maps on picks? And if we see Cloud9 manage to pull this one down, it is going to be huge for the series. But before we jump in, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Cloud9 and the Gosu crew.
Wow, a lot of noise. Oh my goodness. All right, and the gates have finally opened for Hook Point here. I like the map choice from the Gosu crew. We're talking about getting these smaller maps, and it's really great for melee cleaves because it makes it so that the target they're trying trying to attack has less places they can run away, less places on his sight, and it also makes it easier to notoriously
beware.
I always keep drones.
Swap maybe a potential 100 to 1 elixir if it's crazy. And right now, Cubsy already getting fully hit. Nice steal by Specs in there, trying to get some pressure out onto Channel with it right now.
Yeah, he's looking for a really early push here for the Gosu crew. They need to get early momentum.
Too far away.
Once again, it seems like he's the only real kill target for them, not opting to
beware.
go after they can't afford to let the
beware.
take the full effect. They force the trinket here. Now he's kicked. He's in a little bit of trouble though. Honestly, did a really good job of kind of avoiding the damage, I would say. Now they're getting counter pressure. They force the trinket from Greki. They're able to vortex him back in line.
Beware.
He's dropping dangerously low as the Infernals are pushed. He needs to be careful he's not soloed again.
Oh my goodness, Greki having to use that Ironbark and Bark skin there. Lots of pressure being traded both ways. Channel under fire, but I do believe Cloud9 did get they did come out the victors of that trade there.
Beware.
Out there. So the next bash setup could be huge. Potential crowd control train. Chun-Li solo having to use that touch karma right now on a channel. Still under
beware.
I saw that appearing right under you.
This is absolutely unbelievable damage from Cloud9. Like, we have seen games going, you know, 2 minutes long.
Beware.
This is the thing with Cloud9. The first
beware.
is super impactful for them because the more of this pressure they get, Jellybeans talked about it a little bit between the games. It forces Greki to spend that mana bar so fast. Like a big swap can be 20% of that bar instantly with one overgrowth, a couple of other heals. So the Gosu crew needs
beware.
So far, considering the pressure Cloud9 have had, Greki has done an excellent job managing that resource. But 2 minutes in, Cloud9 certainly have been the team.
Beware.
Yeah, those situations really quickly in the game can get very scary if you really overreact to it. But Greki obviously been there before, doesn't panic, understands how much damage he can take, and gets out of there safely. Actually, a full fear onto Cubsy into a bash there. Channel under a lot of pressure right now. Does choose to use that Hellstone there. Shield wall still available right now. Is there going to be any follow-up CC on Cubsy? It looks like there will not be. Cubsy will pop him up, and the damage is going to be reset once again here.
Yeah, another good try there by Greki, setting up that bash play, really wanting to help his team be aggressive, but now, of course, that he doesn't have that. It means Cubsy is going to be the player looking for the offense. He gets the bash into the Mighty, or the Mighty bash into the Cyclone there. Chun-Li taking a little bit of damage, doesn't have access to that touch of
Explain to me why you haven't flooded the lower levels and drowned these squabbling rats.
My apologies, Lady Ashvane. I am confident my men will restore order soon.
Absolutely, I think a huge deal in this matchup.
You'd better be right, or your
replacements
first duty will be to watch you drown with the rest of this scum.
And you see what happens when you miss kicks. Your entire team starts dying and evaporating instantly here. Channel instantly getting that double shot if you're trying to get more damage on the Chun-Li right now. This is a very scary situation. Usually you're always floating around 60 to 70% HP, and that's just how it is because there's always just this constant stream of pressure. So you really got to find your windows and capitalize when you have the chance to.
Yeah, we can see Cubsy going away for a drink right now. I really want to see the Gosu crew denying those drinks as best as possible. I think it's super important. That was actually one of the things that Wildcard Gaming did an excellent job of in their series against Mythic Black. So if the Gosu crew, specifically Greki, can do a good job of that, then I think they can take this game, certainly on the smaller maps. We can see Cubsy sitting down once again. They're all over him, no Chun-Li. Transcendence directly on top of him. Really nice plays there. Now they have the Mighty Bash to follow. They're looking for good damage here. The Gosu crew are doing a pretty good job in this game, though. Cubsy, I believe, is about 30-40% mana, and that's really good. He did actually manage to sit down for a couple of ticks, though, so he's starting to stabilize.
Yeah, this is looking pretty wild right now. Channel dropping that Infernal, trying to get as much damage as he can out. The second Greki seems to pop his head out from the pillar, their 12-man is instantly targeting him. Landing those Evan bolts, landing those crossbolts, and Channel is all over. And Cubsy is looking for any opportunity he can to stun him right now. But unfortunately, Cubsy getting grifted, double stun there, lots of damage on the Channel.
I do not have a target.
DR asphyxiate there. Channel is still under so much pressure. No Iron Bark available right now. Will they force out the wall? It looks like Cubsy is doing a great job stabilizing. Smexon actually decides to trade out the anti-magic zone. They're stacking that with the fortifying brew. It should be okay though, nothing too bad. And still keeping the pressure rolling on a Channel right now.
Yeah, I think the anti-magic zone there was a little bit preemptive. I would have liked them to maybe save that for either an aggressive push or maybe a drink play on Greki. It wasn't really needed, but at the end, I guess it's like a trade for the Infernal, so you can't argue about it too much.
There aren't that many more after this.
Only that diffuse magic to work. Maybe
I am out of range.
Actually, the diffuse magic on the Maledict push so that he can get healed by Greki. Greki was able to sit down for a drink, got a little bit of his blue bar left, so the teams are stable, but now Chun-Li is without defense for a little while here. Let's see if Cloud9 can set something up.
That was good trading out by the Gosu crew there. Greki knowing he wanted to get that trade. Chun-Li trading out the diffuse magic to help his healer out. But now it's kind of scary, so Greki really has to try to make good use of it because the way it looks like Chun-Li has absolutely no cooldowns left, so he cannot drink right now. So they've got to try to get the pressure onto Channel right now. Cubsy is always just constantly behind the pillars trying to drink. I think he's getting a huge drink right now. I can't actually tell. It looks like he got a few takes of mana, which is always good. And Greki, it's so much harder for Greki to drink in this matchup because Hunter is just sitting on him the entire time. It is so hard to get away from that thing and get out of combat to actually throw.
Yeah, we can see Cubsy pushing in right now. He wants to press the issue a little bit, uses his dash to make sure he gets the advantage on the bash there. It's always nice to see these little plays. And actually, Cloud9, they haven't been attacking Greki too much, but of course they did kill him in game 1. I think
I must get closer.
Mana is going to force pressure. It's really nice to do it when they can. Greki's had a really good game so far. I want to say this guy has impressed me tournament long. Gosu Crew, they didn't have a good summer finals, but they're already top 4 here at BlizzCon, which is nothing to be ashamed of. As Chun-Li takes a huge spike of damage, has to trade out his touch of karma. The Gosu Crew, they still need to find openings because despite everything we say, Pika, Cloud9's health bars, look at them.
Yeah, Cubsy's mana is just looking so good. Here we go, grip
to an
on
accident.
Get involved in the situation. Nice legs. They're trying to get some damage out on him. They realize they need to hit Cubsy. Hitting channels not working. Triple DR stun. They really are committing to this. And Cubsy walking away that bear form. Full fear stolen by Smexon once again. But Cubsy perfect position. Back line to no escape from anything. Instantly swapping on a channel, keeping that pressure rolling right now. And Gareki's mana, they really went hard for that offensive push, but it seems like they didn't really get nearly as much as they should have.
I still like it though. I think they were really struggling in this game. They almost got the kill, and they do have good pressure. They forced the safeguard. That's a 3-minute cooldown there for Chanimal, so certainly a good push.
I figured he was gonna open the gate. He never did.
They have pressure in the game. They want to make sure they can stay aggressive here. Chanimal definitely taking a little bit of damage. Does still have access to his unending resolve though. That big defensive cooldown. But Cubsy's mana is falling behind. The map is working for the Gosu Crew. I still think the Gosu Crew have a fighting chance in this series.
Oh, absolutely. They are not anywhere out of this game whatsoever right now. And Chanimal still taking lots of pressure in the middle of the map. And Cubsy just used that innervate cooldown while Gareki's is coming up soon. So we want to see a huge push from the Gosu Crew with this innervate from Greki. Hopefully he can keep his team top and actually land some CC onto Cubsy. Or maybe they'll get lucky. Smexon can get a grip on Cubsy, get a triple leg sweep, and just start crushing. But right now, everyone's just kind of waiting for their DRs and their stuns to come up. And basically, this is really good. So there's a lot of fears going out onto Smexon and Chun-Li, which means that the peels will not be there if they actually can get this set up onto Cubsy.
Yeah, there's so many mind games going on between the two Druids right now. Gareki actually pushes in, denies the drink, then preempts the Iron Barks there. He actually also uses his trinket. So quite a lot of cooldowns being exchanged by Gareki there just to try and deny the drink, keep his team aggressive because they know.
I don't know why he didn't open the gate.
Now the Gosu Crew are the ones pushing the issue. They need to get this kill over onto Chanimal. Iron Barks traded on both sides. Cubsy is once again sneaking away for a drink. And Greki, he'd love to be drinking himself.
Well, if you stand right next to it,
he just needs to prioritize
it's like
stopping the enemy healer,
if you just open the gate, you don't have to worry about it.
Damage now. Dampling has started to ramp up, so he might become the primary target here for Cloud9. But so far, he's done a good job. Uses the AMS. Now they need to get aggressive onto Chanimal.
Yes, lots of damage is coming out here. Touch it has been used. Earth, Wind, and Fire is popped right now. Chanimal doing everything he can to fear the DPS off of instant peels from Wealthy Man right there with the polymorphs. Wealthy Man actually blinking and spell stealing the innervate instantly from Greki, getting absolutely no value out of that. That was so huge right there. Now, Cloud9 is looking to go in. They're going to go hard. They're going to press the Infernals. They're going to press the Dark Soul and start killing people. Yeah,
this is perfect play from Wealthy Man. We talked about him not too much in this series because ultimately he's been mostly just landing the odd sheep and pressing Frostbolt. So he hasn't had the toughest time. Chanimal has been the one that's really been tested here, tunneled down by these melees. But Wealthy Man is always on point on this mage. Whenever he's tested, he succeeds. Cubsy now full stun into a stolen sheep. Really nice from Smexon. They're looking for huge pressure here on Chanimal. Cubsy has to trade out his trinket. There's the Iron Bark as well, but Chanimal is not stabilizing the Gosu Crew once again. Smexon, great offense, great steals, is keeping his team, and he stole another pair.
Oh my God!
Come on, boys! Rip open those doors!
Now they really want to put the gas on him right now.
Once we get our claws on the overseer's hostages, we'll be up to our snouts in ransom money.
Make him scared, make him afraid, make it so he cannot sit here and spam cast damage right now. It looks like Smexon is going to still be the kill target of choice here. Smexon with no anti-magic zone available, he could be in trouble. They need to make sure they land all of these kicks on these Chaos Bolts and make sure they stop the drinks right now.
Yeah, I mean, they might just land the kill. This is so low health for Chanimal. The unending resolve. Cubsy is Greki has done his job. Another sheep stolen by Smexon. This guy is unstoppable in this game. They're looking to tie it up. 27% dampening. The rake stun. The offense from the Gosu Crew. They've been struggling all year against Cloud9, but they're looking to make it a one-one.
Skittish.
Boy, have we got a show, Rich.
No misdirect. It doesn't matter.
So exciting. There are 4 teams left.
I need to target something
and they were the
first.
top 2 teams from each region, and right now it's going to be number 1 from NA against number 2 from NA. And the question is, what does the rest of the series have in store? Let's actually break down that map and try to get an idea.
Extremely map dependent on what the rest of the series is going to look like, but as you can see right here, I believe this is where Gareki goes for the drink and they actually get the double leg sweep off. At the same time, he's going for a drink, so they're not able to turn back and stop Gorecki from getting the drink off because they're both second leg sweep, they're under pressure, Generals is half HP. Here you can see it again, double leg sweep, beautifully played. Infernals are trying to counter pressure it, but it's really well played by Gorecki getting the batch off after into a triple BR break stun over on Cubsy, so having a hard time recovering. I believe at the end, Team Smexing got a really, really beautiful stolen sheep.
I am out of range.
Smexing played this extremely well. I wish we saw this from Smexing all year, and I feel like they probably could have taken games off of Cloud9 with these stolen CCs. It's just really well played by Smexing.
I feel like Smexing, as we've been watching him play more and more with this team, I think at first one of the things
I must get closer.
Adapt a little bit, right? And this was a team that definitely did enable him. I think we have seen him start to perform very well on the squad. Healing said, do you think that we're seeing it all come together now for this team?
I mean, we'll have to see. Certainly, as we talked about in the pregame, this was the small map, right? Because Cloud9 won on the ground, they're going to be able to take us to top.
Too far away.
Take us to Asherim. So still an uphill battle. For Smexing, obviously, incredible performance from him. We've had questions about him certainly the second half of the year. But then equally, we're comparing
I
him
do
to
not have a
Dead Knights
target.
like Nez, who have been playing it for 10+ years, right? So he's had to fit in a little bit. It's not the meta for the Gosu crew, so if they were able to pull through, just like Wildcard Gaming, it would be so impressive.
Yeah, I think that is always one of the things that is so interesting about BlizzCon. We talked about it a little bit earlier in the day, but when you think about the meta, you really do need to assess it in a completely different way. And Pika, I kind of want to ask you, why is that? Why is it so frequently, once we get to BlizzCon, teams start to abandon the meta or have a new take on it?
Usually at BlizzCon, the difference is this is where the most hardcore practice sessions for WoW actually happen. Because you are all sitting in a room together for 10+ hours a day. Strictly your wargaming teams you'll fight in the tournament. So everyone is trying as hard as possible. They're making sure they have every advantage that they do. And you'll find that when you play games versus the same team, 10 times in a row, that some things just don't work that used to work before. So you gotta find new ways to evolve and adapt.
Yeah, and you can also start to get that really good practice against the other regions as well. But guys, we have a great series on our hands. We're gonna be jumping to a quick break. You don't want to go anywhere. When we return, we're gonna settle the score.
Beware.
BlizzCon 2019 is brought to you by T-Mobile. Their newest signal goes farther than ever, and it's built 5G ready. MSI, True Game. Intel, the official CPU partner of BlizzCon. Cisco, the official networking partner of BlizzCon. And by HyperX. We're all gamers.
I am out of range. Fresh meat! Too far away. I've been sharpening these blades just for you! Come on, boys! Show them why this is our block! I must get closer. On your feet, little brother. There's I am out of range. I must get closer. too far away.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Oh my god.
Were you talking before that?
For like an hour.
Oh, yeah, no.
I've been trying to fix my headset. I keep asking you guys if you can hear me, and no one's ever been responding. So I'm just like, okay.
We can now.
Well, whoop-de-fucking do. Hopefully I fixed my thing. I don't know.
Your thing was broken?
Headset. That's the word we're looking for.
I am out of range.
So fun. Oh, God damn it, World of Warcraft, why aren't you making noises?
Broken.
Who
No
the
more
fuck?
game sound for you.
God, I'm so high.
I definitely think having that 1 week boot camp in preparation was really important for our team. Just having everyone there and being able to analyze games together, watch each other's gameplay and just follow each other in real time helps us to learn a lot, makes us all better players, and yeah, definitely prepares us better for this con.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they actually were boot camping in the Santa Monica facility. I've been there. There's a ball pit there. It's actually pretty. It's as the kids say, it's pretty lit. I think it'd be a pretty good place. Yeah, exactly. But when we do look at this series right now and look at what Cloud9 has been able to do, definitely looking good for them. But you look at their opponents and
I require a target.
Boot camp in Santa Monica, but the Gosu crew's definitely been able to figure out quite a bit. This is a team that has constantly adapted throughout the year. Maybe
I do not have a target.
I think the trajectory was they came out of the gates very hot at the beginning of the year. It was looking like they might even be the top team in North America. They lose a little bit of that momentum, but now when it matters the most, they've definitely picked up steam, already securing at least a top 4 spot here at BlizzCon. The question is, will they be able to break through to top 3? And as we look at the rest of the series, do you think this is going to be one? I feel like we haven't had one like this today. Is this going to be a series that turns into trades back and forth based off the map size?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Overon, MOB map. If Ghost Crew takes this win, then honestly they must have played it extremely well because they should have won this map. And then the next map after, Galeron's a really small map, Ruins is a really small map. I mean, it's good for the Ghost Crew after. So see how it goes.
This is one of those things that we always like to talk about on the desk. You need that swing matchup. You really do need to find one of those victories that, like Jelly was referring to, that you're not supposed to win. That's the only way that you can ever make it all the way to that final matchup if you are trading back and forth and take the advantage and actually have a favorable matchup in the final map.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think for the Gosu crew, obviously losing the Grand Arena puts them in that disadvantaged position, but at the same time, for us as an audience, this makes it more exciting because if they are able to win one of these swing matches, as you say, either Tolveron, Asher Mains potentially later on in the series, then suddenly it's them in the driver's seat. And against Cloud9, that is, I mean, it's incredible that they, to be honest, I think it's incredible they even took that game. I think this is a hard matchup no matter which map it's on.
Would you agree with that? Do you think that this is just constantly going to be uphill battle regardless of map?
I think so too. I think it is, honestly. Like last game, it seemed like Gorecki really adapted to how that first game seemed to go. It seemed like he was really leaving himself out in the open, taking tons of pressure, tons of damage when he didn't need to be. Instead, he just kind of sat back a little bit and really chose when he wanted to go in. And he also focused on getting drinks. I think that was pretty much the main reason why that last game was like that. Along with Specs and being able to spell steal almost every single spell and CC his own healer.
Well, BlizzCon, I hope you're ready, because we're about to jump into the action. Tolveron Arena, we're going to have a little bit more space to move around. Is that going to be doomed for the team that needs to get up close and personal, or are we going to see the Gosu crew manage to turn this around and get themselves on match point?
Yeah, so certainly this is one of the maps where it's going to have the most impact. If Cloud9 wins here, they're one game away from eliminating their biggest adversary in the North American region, but the Gosu crew obviously not going to make that easy for them. I think Pika really had a good point when he was saying that Gorecki, he will need to stop drinks at some point.
I must get closer.
That probably isn't from the start of the game. At the start, just focus on efficiency, focus on avoiding damage, but there will become a point where Cloud9 Cloud9, they can't be allowed to get resets anymore, and that's going to come down to the entire team effort.
Absolutely. I think a huge thing that we're starting to see, a huge shift in the general meta, is that everyone is playing a lot more aggressive in the first 5 minutes of the game because there's no dampening. This is something we didn't really think was a good idea at first, especially playing a lot of tournaments myself. It just didn't make sense. But now it just seems like people can do whatever they want to do in the first 5 minutes, and it's after that where they really got to start paying more attention to their defensive gameplay, who they're attacking, and where they're standing. Because right now it just seems like it's really hard for the Ghost Crew to get pressure on Shenmue right now because the map is just ginormous, and Greki is trying to heal from 50 yards away right now. So that's what's happening.
Yeah, certainly for Cloud9 that is the biggest push as well, because they're the team that's really looking to get aggressive, get that mana bar advantage. That means that if they can do a good job, let's say we go into dampening, Greki's like 30% mana or something like that, that's fantastic for them, but then it will come down to the outplays, right? Like if Smexen can land those Dark Simulacrums again, if Chun-Li can Transcends Deny a Drink, these are the sorts of plays where Gosu Crew need to shine. At the start of the game, it's going to come down to Greki, so we're really watching him. So far, he's done a fantastic job, and I mean, on the bigger map, it kind of works both ways, right? Because equally, Greki has an easier time kiting away. Chun-Li's going to have really good portal positioning, so it kind of works in favor of Cloud9, but equally the Gosu Crew and Kamino.
Yeah, no, I think it definitely goes both ways. I think it's absolutely favorite for Cloud9, considering how big the map is, because Wealthy Man and Channel, you want to see where these people are standing. They're always standing where they can both benefit from who they're attacking right there. Now, it's a great double lead from Chun-Li there, trying to get some pressure. Cubsy's just leaping right in the center. I'm actually getting stunned up here. Could be a hard swap on a Cubsy here, forcing out that Marks in there. Lots of damage here. Wealthy Man spam those sheeps out. Malodix have been committed to Wealthy Man. All 3 targets running full sheep stolen from Smexen onto Cubsy here, keeping that pressure on the channel right now.
Yeah, certainly not ideal positioning there from Cloud9, getting caught up in that double sweep. They won't be happy with that one, but they will play it better. Chanimal, interestingly enough, he's actually gone over to the Dark Portal here. He's not running the Mortal Coil, meaning he has more mobility, but he's not going to have that self-healing if the game goes super deep into that. On the bigger map, because you're going to have the mobility to kite Smexen when he's already struggling to get that connection. It doesn't actually do that much, obviously, when you're at 30-40% dampening. So in the long game, Cloud9 are investing right now. It's going to, of course, mean they have less pressure, though, in the short term, because those Mortal Coils are so damaging.
Absolutely. Another big deal with the Mortal Coil is it actually shares DR with Polymorph. So if he does go for that double Mortal Coil, and maybe Wealthy Man could sheep something, and if the sheep is instantly just cut in half, it's much better to have a full sheep than a 2-second Mortal Coil. But right now, Channel's getting locked down on every single spell possible right now. Nice double sweep from Chun. I think every single leg sweep this game is at 2+ people in it at least. Great job by him really maximizing his DPS rotation.
Yeah, I mean, Chun-Li and Smexen have been playing this composition. We've been talking about it. They've been getting better and better throughout the year. At the very start of the year, you know, you talk about the move and Method Orange as being the big sort of teams coming in, but in terms of the meta we've seen with the Restoration Druids, the Gosu Crew and Cloud9 really have had a fantastic year. Both these teams dominant on points, and now they're fighting for that 3rd place, for that top 3 here in the BlizzCon
Too far
scene
away.
in 2019. Chun-Li has been an MVP for the Gosu Crew. If he can keep landing those stuns into dampening, it's going to be really impactful. But overall, as we were saying, it's about the mana, and Greki is doing such a great job. He dodges the orb preemptively so he doesn't get put in combat, forcing another couple of ticks out. Insane plays like that are the difference maker.
Absolutely, that is a huge deal there. Every little extra tick of mana is a big deal. It's at least 10+ casts, and that can make the difference in any game at all. That one extra global, that one extra heal, or that one extra damage spell. It's spell death for somebody, but right now, Channel is still under fire right now. Greki really trying to play this, so we see him sitting very, very far back. I don't think we've seen Greki push in a single time yet. He's always trying to do is sit and stabilize his mana pool and give his team the best possible opportunity to win. But Cubsy leaping in, bashes up Greki, forces the trinket there. Greki bashing him back, still instantly trying to kite away to keep up the mana game.
Stand ready, man! They're coming!
Efficiently there. It was kind of a
check your fire!
Though, I'm gonna say, because
I'm looking at you, Flamecaster. If any of these Azerite munitions explode, we'll all be dust!
Now he does expose himself. There's no Mortal Coil for the kill, but there will be an Infernal in about 15 seconds, so they need to be very careful of that. In the same time, Chun-Li used his touch of death, forcing Trinket from Cubsy. Both these teams trading blow for blow here. Touch of Karma is available if needed for Chun-Li. The Channel actually leading away, trying to maybe find an opportunity to kill before it, but he's not going to be able to. Death Grip from Smexen ensures that they still have uptime here, and honestly, look how well Greki is doing in this game. 80% mana still as we approach dampening.
Man, that is a huge deal. They've got to be feeling good right now, knowing they have a lot of stuff in the tank to keep them alive right now. Wealthy Man did use that Icy Veins there in that entire exchange, and Greki swiftly used that Iron Bar there and completely negated all of the pressure. And Channel, as he just gated away, it was kind of an unnecessary gateway. He doesn't have that ability, so maybe if it does come in handy, they might be able to actually connect on him and actually get a lot of pressure going on. Wealthy Man instantly chasing Greki around the map because it's pretty much Wealthy Man's dedicated job to make sure Greki cannot drink. He's got the most ranged spells. It should be easiest for him to do it. He's also the most annoying class to instantly. Cubsy catching Grecky in the middle of the map here. Full bash onto him into that DR. Rakes an anti-magic zone. Does connect there. Great job by Spexin. Realizing the danger with the Infernal here. Actually, Dark Soul used from Channel as well. Spamming those spears. Scary situation being Grecky stuck in the middle of the map. Maudish come flying in. Battle Maps has been used. Will he get away here?
Yeah, I'm really scared for Grecky here. That was a really good anti-magic zone from Smexin. I talked about some good and bad ones earlier in the series. That was the best one we've seen so far. Definitely saving Grecky, and we talked about it, right? That earlier trinket did leave a little bit of an exposure there. Cloud9 tried their very best to get the kill, and they almost were able to land it. Great defense from the Gosu crew, able to stabilize. Now Cubsy looking for a drink, but he's costing Chanimal a little bit here. There comes the Ironbark, but it was a huge drink for Cubsy, so both teams able to get that reset. Now the Gosu crew, they have trinket back available on Grecky. I think they should be looking to deny these drinks a little bit, get aggressive. There's no Ironbark. Touch of Death comes out. They're looking for big damage here on Chanimal.
This is a huge touch of death coming out here if he can connect all the abilities here, avoiding the Shadow Fury. Cubsy into another full sheep from Smexin there. Great job by him. In cap onto Welcome Man, denying these sheeps. Do they both get double stunned? Great job by Channel, denying the go, negating the pressure, and actually looking like they are now in favor. What's going on? Grecky's still so far away, getting rotted down by Welcome Man. We look at Welcome Man zoning Grecky out. Channel and Welcome Man are sitting 50 yards apart, and they're hitting everyone on the team. This is the best possible scenario for them.
Oh, what a nice play there by Grecky. Pre-Vortex is the wild charge from Cubsy, and that's going to buy him another couple of ticks. It also buys him a stun. He's forced trinket from Cubsy as well. Really nice place. Grecky is incoming. The exchange now. Cubsy will be able to push up, get that mighty bash of his own, though. Maybe they can get crowd control.
I am out of range.
Has been a pillar for Cloud9 this series, feeling good, keeping Grecky in check as well. But Chanimal, the deeper this goes, we've seen it.
Beware.
He will struggle more and more. He's taking a lot of damage right now. They might be able to force out that unending resolve. That's what they're looking for. Doesn't look like it quite, though. Some big heals connect.
Chun-Li using that diffuse for the Hero Land, really taking off a lot of damage. Huge chaos bolt that Channel just landed.
More bombs incoming!
Very conservative with mana. We're not seeing any cyclones whatsoever because he knows
Beware.
as dampening starts to ramp up here for them. And just still lots of damage going on to Channel. Cubsy looking to get a drink right now. I'm not sure if he's getting what it might be. It looks like a huge drink from Cubsy. This is a brutal situation. They need a lot of damage on Channel right now.
Yeah, both teams, well, honestly, both teams looking pretty good in terms of mana.
Yes,
I don't really know who this advantage is right now because Chanimal, without that mortal,
Beware.
even though he does have the portal, of course, it just seems like Chun-Li, Smex, and Grecky, they're playing so much more aggressively. There hasn't really been too many scary points, and Chanimal's health
Too far
has
away.
not been high for a very long time. The portal, they just haven't been able to get the mobility with it. Now they have big damage coming out. It's Chun-Li, though. He doesn't have anything left at this moment in time. There's no Ironbark. Grecky, drink is out to save
Beware.
to keep them alive here. They need to win this game to swing the series in their favor. Are they going to be able to do it? Fortifying Brew comes out. Touch of Karma is now available. I think the Gosu crew can take a sigh of relief.
This is a good time to use that touch death, and there it is. No Ironbark from Cubsy. Tons of damage coming out of Channel here. Goes for the
More bombs incoming!
Out of range.
Can they force the shield wall?
Beware.
Back into the anti-magic zone, getting the most value out of that as possible. And now we're going to see Cloud9 start switching the pressure onto Smexin here. As that dampening starts to ramp up, the DK heal starts to go down, and Channel still struggling so hard to get any pressure on it. He's locked down on every single cast.
Burn
yes, he's getting locked down. It's also burning Cubsy's mana. He doesn't have that Innovate available for a while. We see the Ironbark traded out there. So now really the only defensive line for him is the Unending Resolve. He doesn't want to have to trade that out before the next touch of death, or it could easily be curtained in this game. Honestly, Tiger, I Oberon has not had the effect I was expecting it to for Cloud9. It's not looking great for them right now. They need to find one of these kills soon. Grecky has done a brilliant job so far in this game.
I must get closer.
Transcendence port on top of Chanimal every single time. He hasn't been able to get anything really going without that Mortal Coil, and if they lose this game, they're going to have to win on one of the, the Gosu Crew's playground maps.
Yeah, no, this seems ridiculous that this map is going this way. I think just Grecky's position
Beware.
completely shut Wealthy Man out of the game, and I think now that he's had so much mana, as the game is at almost 30% damping right now, it's going to be very hard for Cloud9 to recover unless they get a big crowd control or land a lot of Chaos Bolts very soon here. Bash Sheep on to Grecky right now. Damage coming on to anyone on the Gosu crew right now. Smexin trading out that AMS as well. Fears on the Chun-Li, another resheep as well from Wealthy Man, always on top of that CC. It looks like now CC is going to matter a lot more, and they really need to focus down a target.
So this is the test. We talked up Smexin so much after his incredible performance in Game 2. Now we need to test his defense. He doesn't have the AMS, he doesn't have the AMZ. If he's able to connect on Chanimal and keep his uptime now, they will win the game. If he's not able to, if he's forced to run
I can't see it.
His fucking mount is over there.
Last series, Smexin, all eyes on you, my friend, as he will be the kill target. 32% dampening. Grecky as well needs to keep him up, but this is a lot of damage. damage
So
coming in
kind
over on
of you
Smex
to
and IBF, the
return
last line of defense. They
for
do
your
have the anti-magic
execution.
zone coming out, and more importantly, they have the touch of death for the counter pressure.
I've been eager to try these rounds on living
Every single one
targets.
has great value, great time to use it. He's still with the slight mana lead, has that Iron Bark available.
Beware. Beware.
Rolling right now. At this point in time, any time you'd go to take a drink, it's extremely crucial. Everyone is dying at every single second. We see Cubsy right now sitting all the way across. I'm getting a huge drink right now. Gorecki doing anything he can to stop him. Great job by him. Cubsy, Gorecki got to get the back first, forcing out the drink from Cubsy. Channel under a lot of fire right now, far away from his healer.
Yeah, Smex's AMS gets chunked through immediately, though. This is scary times, I would say.
Beware.
Both teams are stolen.
Beware.
Caught
in the
crossfire. Could end it. Chanimal doesn't have access to
Run all you
kick for a second there,
I am out of range.
Stabilized Cubsy doing an excellent job, able to dodge the next sweep as well.
I've been eager to try these rounds on living
right now, I think this is not too bad for him. He is the follow, he is the gateway. He's able to get distance, and this is what we want to see. Smex in
Beware. Beware.
him whilst Chanimal has distance. This is exactly why Cloud9 chose this.
Run all
If they
you
can keep this positioning, if they can keep Smex in hemmed in, they will win and go 2-1 up.
This is a brutal situation right here when you're forced to run behind the door and Will Commander's blinking right on top of you, destroying your entire team with the frozen orb, the ice stances, the
I have the
I
munchies.
must get closer.
100% health, cooldowns coming back up.
Beware.
They're eating Cheetos
It's very hard to try to get a
Beware.
on the TV.
In the crossfire.
MLD is in a very, very good position.
I don't have any Cheetos.
You sound fucking drunk.
I'm so incredibly high.
Try these rounds on living.
I don't think I can drive to go get Cheetos. Oh my god.
What beautiful plays there from both those members, Chun-Li and Gorecki. They might still be able to land the kill here. The unending resolve, I cannot
The
believe
Dark Lady will be pleased.
No overlap with the Iron Bar.
With the Overseer's keys in our possession, we can release our assets and use their skills to strengthen the war effort.
There's no Iron Bar to answer this, so they do use the unending resolve. The final line of defense. We're at 50% dampening, and I mean, I just don't know how these teams are still alive.
That was a huge mistake from Chanimal, really putting his team on the back foot. They're porting out of line of sight for
I
Cubsy.
cannot
Just
abide
there
weakness.
to capitalize on it with Gorecki. Great teamwork by them, and now the team of Cloud9 has absolutely no cooldowns. Full fear stolen from Smex and Chanimal. It's so much trouble porting again away. I'm not sure if he has
I have Halloween candy.
Ring piece from Chun-Li denying that nice stun from Gorecki. Full bash on his Chanimal. Still under lots of pressure. Cubsy doing everything he can to keep him alive right now.
Yeah, really nice
The
play there
Edge
from
Fuse
Gorecki.
is
Identifies that he
absolute
doesn't
shit.
need to bash the healer anymore. It's all about stopping damage,
Holy power,
maximizing
Jesus
your own
Christ.
damage and uptime. And
Why did it have to
Smex,
be
you can
that?
see, he's spamming out the necrotic strikes, the death strikes. He's doing
I don't
his very
know.
best to stay in the fight, but he is so
Be right
low
back.
on health. They're low on resources. Cloud9 looks like they might have done in here. Wealthy Man is trucking in the damage. Smex it falls, and Cloud9 are one game away from top 3.
Sounds like Cloud9's got some fans here as well. And once again, I would not want to be a European team with this NA audience. It's definitely going to be a little bit overwhelming. And also with Cloud9, just one game away from taking this, we need to see how they were able to get in this spot.
Both teams are playing insane. I want to start with saying that. Just absolutely some of the best. Wow, I've seen both these teams.
Mike
all
changed
year.
his name.
Gorecki gets punished running in the middle of the map because I believe he's trying to get away to get a reself and get a drink. Cubsy instantly noses, punishes.
Hi.
Rake stun.
Hi.
AMZ before
Mike
I
did not change his name.
Gorecki almost dies.
He did on the thing over here that I'm looking at.
Cubsy in his leap, goes for a drink instantly, and then Rake stun.
Okay.
So well played Gorecki
Yeah.
well this entire map. Smexon just constantly stealing spells and just seeing here, right there, the gateway animation goes off. He actually ring of pieces it. I did not even know you could do that. It was just, that's how you know Chun-Li just knows his class to just ring a piece of gateway like that. And these teams are playing insane.
Yeah, I think that's kind of been the theme, and that's always the best theme to see at a BlizzCon. Everybody's overperformed from what we've seen throughout the entirety of the year. I go back to teams like Aztec that we saw a little while ago, the best WoW that we've seen them play throughout the year. Now we get to this matchup, Cloud9 and the Gosu Crew, two teams that have by no means disappointed throughout the season, but they've stepped it up to an even higher level, definitely doing NA proud in this last NA versus NA matchup. This one is for top 3 as well. Keep that in mind. The winner of this plays against Wildcard Gaming. For Cloud9, it would be a rematch. That was the team that actually sent them packing into the lower side of the bracket. The team that probably made some of the biggest waves for the entire tournament. I think a lot of us expected to see Cloud9 maybe get into the later rounds of the lower bracket or make it all the way to the grand final. The team that is currently waiting in the grand final, though, is going to be Mythic Black. That is the team that everybody is going to be trying to get to actually become the BlizzCon champion of 2019. And let's actually break down what we need to see from the Gosu crew in this next map. If they want to extend this series, we need to start thinking about if a smaller map is going to be enough healing stat.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Tolveron Arena was the perfect map. We've seen Cloud9. I would love to know their win rate on that map. It must be almost flawless because it's just so great for the composition of the Mage Warlock. On the smaller maps, again, if they can play a good game like they did in Game 2, I think there's a very good chance they can take us to Game 5. I think Gurecki is going to be a big player in that one, whether he can stop the drinks as he did a good job of in Game 2 as well. But also Chun-Li, I mean, you called out the little outplays this guy's doing. If he plays like that, if Smexin plays his offense well, I think we go into Game 5.
I really feel like another theme so far of this BlizzCon has just been, if you were going to pick an MVP from any of these squads, I feel like every single team you're picking the healer right now. All of the healers have been playing out of their minds, Pika.
Yeah, no, it's a huge deal. The healer has such a huge impact on these games, especially playing that Pharaoh Affinity Resto Druid. Having a free 3-second stun throughout the game off of a re-stealth just changes everything. Someone could die instantly in that stun, and also just the mana game as well. It's all about making sure that you have enough mana to keep your team offensive and that they're not going to die as dampening starts to ramp up, which is where everything really starts to matter a lot more.
Yeah, and that's one of the things with Gurecki as well. I talked before we jumped into the previous game about the trajectory of this team, of the Gosu crew. When they really started to blast off was when Gurecki started to get that cat weaving going, and he was one of the first healers to make it look like the play, and all of a sudden it became, honestly, for the season, the move. It really was. Everybody was trying to get more and more action with their druid going, and you hear Pika saying how strong it was, or how strong it is in these games. Dalaran Sewers, though, we are going to tighter quarters here. Are there any other changes that you want to see, Jelly, in this matchup?
Here, I don't want to see them hide behind the box too much, because what happens is, Dalaran, when you're hiding behind the box is so small to the point where you're all stacked, you're going to get hit by Rain of Fire or Blizzard, you're going to start dying insanely fast. And on a map like this, grip leg sweeps are much more easily accessible. I mean, the map is small, so pulling in the healer, pulling in someone else, and then getting a double leg sweep off every single time can happen throughout the entire game.
BlizzCon, we might be finding a champion in this series to play against Wildcard Gaming. Dalaran Sewers can be the deciding map. Cloud9 can take it here as the gates open.
Yeah, certainly the last time we had a North American versus North American team was the BlizzCon final last year, and I think the security was telling us they needed to repan the roof after that because the crowd was electric. They've been the same here for Cloud9, and boy, does it feel good to have the backing of the crowd behind you. Cloud9, they need 3 more series to win BlizzCon. They're 1 game away from eliminating the Gosu crew.
Very big game in this series. Cloud9 could close it out here if they make all of the right plays here, but already looking good for Gosu crew with that double Lexi from Chun-Li there. Channel using that Trinket Infernal Stun there, opting to play the Demonic Portal talent as well, having that right in the middle of the map, making sure he always has some form of ability. Cubsy instantly getting out of there using that Barkson. Great trade by him there. No serious cooldowns committed from the team of the Gosu crew, but Channel under a lot of fire.
Yeah, early, really good lively start here for the Gosu crew. It's what we expect from them on this big map. They didn't even commit the touch of death there, and actually Channel is opting for that portal once again, so he really found the value of it at the end. I guess when you got someone like Chun-Li playing as good as he does, it's nice to have a little bit more space between him and yourself. Channel, though, of course, that does mean he loses the Mortal Core once again, so he's going to have less offense, meaning the Gosu crew do have the room to work with in terms of being aggressive themselves.
Yeah, this smaller map is going to be a little rough. We can already tell that people are stacking up on the same box as compared to last map, Tolveron, where people are just sitting 50 yards apart. So when people are right next to each other, there's much more potential for whether it's more CC chains or more potential random swaps and things like that. And it's also harder to get drinks off, so we got to pay attention for that. And Channel, as he's constantly rotating his positioning throughout the map, he decides it's best to stand here. It's very hard if you're a melee on Dalaran Sewers to ever move anywhere.
Hello!
So it's very difficult, especially where there's a Frost Mage with all those slows. Instantly grips Cubsy in a nice double leg sweep as well, trying to get any sort of damage on the Cubsy,
alts,
making sure he has to do something to be afraid.
Yeah, Cubsy's mechanics are just perfect.
I don't know.
Like that. Like I've seen so many people fail.
I know 2 people in here have ults that need to be geared up.
Does it every single time. It's all the twos.
I have an ult.
This guy absolutely insane on the druid. You can see they're going at it a
Well,
little bit.
we need at least some people to carry. I'll stick on my Demon Hunter.
Over onto Cubsy. He's going to maybe force a little bit of damage on Greki. If he'd actually got the Mighty Bash first there,
Mike's AFK.
they could have gone for a kill, forced a trinket.
I don't know where Shando is.
Shando just doesn't talk.
But Chanamon's the one taking the worst of the exchange right now. Cubsy.
Shando probably has child aggro.
Could have been very brutal for Gore. He got very lucky there, and Wealthy Man Incy was able to attack Greki. Like,
Good thing, I'll never have that problem.
At all times, realizing when the optimal time to attack our Channel, kiting away during that Fist of Fury, the biggest monk damage ability. Great job.
My babies consist of animal babies.
Saving his healers, keeping himself offensive here. Chun-Li does get stunned sheep.
And that's enough for me to handle.
Greki actually using that Iron Bark or Barkson and Trinket there. Cubsy getting gripped in and asphyxiate stun. Is he going to take any damage? It doesn't he might be able to walk away. Channel instantly just spamming these Chaos Bolts out right now.
Oh yeah, there. Your question was asked that you wanted to know so bad.
The respect, I suppose, that Chanimal demands.
What question?
You wanted to know if Master Looter was coming back.
Is it?
They said it could happen, but it's not in their plans right now to put it back in.
Bastard.
Yeah. That's not a make or break for me, though. The things they're already planning on doing is already going to be awesome. So I'm glad they're finally listening to us. You're actually going to be able to solo play. At least for the tower.
That would have been a kill.
Greki's still in a lot of trouble here. Ironbark is now gone. Will they get a counterspell on one of these regos? We will see Chun-Li now under pressure, trying to revert the idea to him right now. Channel getting Ring of Peace off the edge. Great job by him, trying to get some pressure as Cubsy needs to sacrifice positioning to heal Channel. Channel just sitting nice and pretty at full HP. Chun-Li going for the offensive touch of Karma here. This is something I like to see. This is something a little crazy right now. Before dampening, he can afford to do this right now. Channel playing that ports out of ports back to safety right there. Welcome and instantly right there, supporting him with the frost bolts, the sheep right now. I'd love to see if we can get some sort of CC onto Cubsy right now.
Yeah, they can like CC onto Cubsy. They have good damage going right now. The touch of death has not yet been committed. Maybe trying to bait out an Ironbark, but Cubsy has read the script and it doesn't say Ironbark right now. He's able to just easily heal through the damage without using that cooldown. Greki, he's just kind of stabilizing right now. He's like, okay, I'm gonna give it a second, wait until his trinket comes up. It's up in 10, of course. Then he'll be able to play aggressive with his team again. But Chun-Li is taking so many Chaos Bolts to the face. He's able to survive that one. Doesn't even use the diffuse magic, but that was another close call. And as we say, the Gosu crew on their last lifeline.
This is that scary situation that Jellybeans was talking about. When you get caught on that box there, any frozen orb or blizzard or rain of fire will all just cleave down your entire team. You really got to try to avoid those situations. But luckily, Gore, lots of mana to work with. Same with Cubsy as well. They got a drink off about a minute ago, and it seems like they've been able to maintain this mana for a while now. So we'll see how long this lasts, because things are going to start ramping up very soon here. Smexon getting bashed up, actually choosing to drop the anti-magic zone here. Maybe a little early using that trinket for it, but we'll have to see. He did avoid some Chaos Bolts from Channel, which is good. Greki potentially looking for a drink right now. It's always worth doing. It's worth sacrificing one defensive cooldown for a drink on your healer.
Yeah, and he did actually manage to get a couple of ticks, so I do like that play from Smexon. There was also the Dark Soul from Chanamon. They're getting good counter pressure here. That was a really nice bash turnaround from Greki, able to force Cubsy back. But both healers honestly have been doing a good job, as we've been saying. You know, MVPs potentially.
Did you get your transmog yet?
Sides of the map. Cloud9. If we do
I forgot I was doing.
Map, I would love to see a full 5 games.
I am high as a ever-loving kite.
Cloud9, of course, looking to deny that.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Has been doing a good job in the match. Chun-Li has all his defensives back again, so maybe he should just kind of go for these aggressive pushes. Maybe even swap some to Cubsy, change it up a little bit. We've been seeing them doing it, and it has been working well.
Yeah, it just seems like it's really hard to actually get the kill.
The funny thing about next expansion is Death Knights and Demon Hunters start at level 1.
If he's gonna actually die, it's worth doing. Otherwise, I think it might be better to just kind of play it safe until damping ramps up to the point.
Jando.
Oh, he's back.
Yes, I'm back.
Someone to talk to about all the recent news. How do
We're
you
only
like it?
we're going to level 50.
50, 120s go to 50, yeah, and then the next 10 levels are all in the Shadowlands. How do you like it, Shando? That they're listening to us, that they're gonna make this game better.
I cannot fucking wait.
I actually don't want to play BFA anymore. I'm done with this expansion. I want Shadowlands right now.
Well, it's probably going to be August or later.
Well, yeah, next year in August, they're speculating. And I'm glad that J. Allen Brack literally at the start of BlizzCon basically just apologized for being, I don't know, douchebags about the whole Hong Kong incident.
And the classic thing.
Oh, I don't know about the classic thing, but
well, years
they said
ago,
they acted fast.
Yeah, years ago at BlizzCon, he said, "You think you won it, but I don't think you do."
I don't think he apologized for that. No, it was about the Hong Kong thing.
No, he didn't apologize for it, but at this BlizzCon, he said, "You think you won it, and I think you probably do."
Oh, okay. See, I didn't even put that together. I know he said that in the past, but I didn't put it together.
So it was kind of a sideways apology, I guess.
Well, and the fact that like recently they just haven't been living up to the Blizzard standard, so he finally apologized and said he takes accountability.
He needs to.
I mean, yeah. So I'm glad. But like, legendaries are coming back. We're gonna get a tower that you can either solo or bring up to 5 players. It's not gonna be an AP grind. Leveling is gonna be insanely faster, and ults aren't gonna be set all the way back like they are right now.
See, I was okay with the AP grind in Legion because it made sense because it was for your weapon.
Well, yeah, now
it
it's...
didn't need to repeat it in BFA. Just did not need to fucking do it.
Well, they're taking it away now, and it's just anima that you work for in the tower, and that goes towards your legendary weapons you can craft yourself from the tower.
Yeah, and they said professions are going to be able to pick the secondary stats when you craft the weapon.
Yeah, if you add the certain gems with that stat type, those will be the exact ones that you get, which is OP. Like, min-maxing is going to be insane.
Just like it was in MOP.
I loved reforging. I hated that they took it away. That was one of the best features ever.
Yeah, even though it took some of the stats away, like it would take a few away if you changed them, it was still worth it. It was so fucking worth it.
It would half my versatility and give the rest to me in haste, so I didn't care. Just lower the other one. They're making good changes. I'm so happy. They're gonna keep Pathfinder though, because they're still not budging on that. That was their ultimatum. We either don't get any flying, or you start on the ground first, and then you get flying later.
Yeah, they do that because they want you to explore and know where she is.
Apparently, Blizzard, like the whole team, hates the fact that flying even exists. They don't want us to fly, but we want it so much that that's their compromise.
Yeah, they don't want it because it's more work for them.
It seems pretty easy to just make everybody fly. It's just the fact that, I don't know.
They have to put more work into the game because they have to texture the sky then. And the horizon and all that shit. They just have to do so much more.
The tops of trees.
Yeah, that too.
Well, the zones already look beautiful. Like, all 4 of those zones look
Don't be all Mr. Grumpy Pants with the attitude.
Grumpy?
I heard the attitude. It was not appreciated. I had solid input.
You're solidly high too. You only remember.
I understand, but my input was solid. Fucking attitude, talking to me like I'm a child. I found a Reese's peanut butter cup in the Halloween candy I stole from mommy.
How are they gonna stay stole from some kids? I'd be like, holy shit. You're one of those people.
No.
But now they're bringing back class. Wait, what class do you play normally? What are you maining? Well, I know you're a pre-sco, but Shando, what class do you play usually?
Well, I've been a mage since vanilla, but I'm healing on my paladin right now because we need healers.
Are you gonna stay paladin for Shadowlands? Because you guys are getting auras back.
I always level 2. I always level at least 2 tunes. And up until Legion, I kept 3 tunes geared, one of each spec roll. But after that, I just don't have the time to do that anymore.
Yeah, Chanimal is definitely in trouble right
No,
now.
Warlocks are getting curses back. Paladins are getting auras back. Shamans get totems. And a lot of other things that were turned into talents are getting us back to abilities. Like Shattering Throws coming back for warriors.
Oh.
And that's a good thing.
I know, a lot of these side abilities coming back are good things.
See, I actually did not play Paladin until
over on the side of the Gosu crew. The question is, when we
I decided I wanted to heal in battle with Overlord, so I leveled it up real quick and geared it.
That's the thing I hated though, if you're a holy paladin, how are you supposed to do world quests and like island grinding?
I do world quests and island grinding as a holy priest.
You're a priest, it's a different story. Holy paladins are gonna spam holy shock. I don't even know if you can spam holy shock anymore.
I mean, you can, but like, it's not that it's hard to kill mobs. It just takes forever.
Yeah, see, like grinding as a healer is a bad thing right now, and that's one of the reasons I don't play healer.
It just takes a little longer. That's all.
Yeah, but DPS can get it done in like 5 seconds.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, you could still do it.
No. This is why I'm happy.
I do it as a holy priest. Like, come on, dude.
I do it on my Resto Druid.
How important is it?
That's a pain in the ass.
That would be a pain.
Not so much.
No, druids make I'll do a lot of damage.
You can even switch specs to balance with all resto talents and stuff, and you'd
even paladins do a lot of damage. Holy priests don't do a lot of damage. All I have is smite and nova.
Well, if you're a disc priest, you'd have so much. Like all you do is damage and you heal.
Yeah, but I grind and level as holy. I have smites and I have nova. Those are my damaging abilities. Neither of which actually kills anything.
Wait, Holy doesn't keep Shadow Word Pain anymore?
No, my damaging abilities are smite, chastise, that's a freaking minute cooldown, and holy fire, which is a 10-second cooldown, and nova. That's it.
When did they take away Shadow Word Pain for Holy Priest?
It was a while ago.
Long time ago.
But that's why they're bringing back class identity in Shadowlands. So classes will actually have a bit more variety. Like, I'm pretty sure she's gonna get back some shadow spells as a holy, because they were talking about that.
And you should.
Their newest signal goes farther than ever, and it's built 5G
like
ready.
as a holy paladin, they take away your interrupt.
Oh, you know what they're bringing back? They're bringing back Ritual of Doom. I'm so excited.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because, like, you're gonna kill one of your own party members just to summon the demon.
I might play my Warlock now.
We're all gamers.
I was a Affliction Warlock all through Legion, so.
And they're all shit too.
But I had to go back to the mage because I've had that tune since vanilla. I couldn't just abandon it.
Yeah, I abandoned my paladin I had since, like, Wrath of the Lich King. Yeah, I still have it, but I never play it. It's level 90. I used to play paladin for 6 years.
See, and I never bought into that stupid Glimmer of White spec. And I'm glad I didn't, because it is getting severely nerfed next patch.
Oh yeah, the OP healing spec? Yeah.
I mean, all it is a meter pad. You do like 80% overheal. It's fucking stupid.
A lot of classes do overhealing right now.
Yeah.
Especially at the beginning of the expansion when the health pools are relatively low.
Well, yeah, but paladins aren't.
So like a lot of the healing was overhealing.
The only
Especially
one
for hot base.
The only class that should really do overhealing a lot is druids.
Do you love Reese's?
Yeah, they're hots, yeah. But disc priests as well, because if you put atonement on everybody and then you start damaging, you can't help but overheal.
Yeah. Disc priest and druid are really the only ones that have an excuse, because all the other healers are reactive healers, so there's no reason to be overhealing.
Cause me.
Yeah.
We're challenging ourselves to each do 100 acts of good.
What confuses me is they said this is gonna be a number squish, so from 120 to 60. It's not a stat squish, so apparently all the stats are gonna be the same. We're just going from 120 to 60. Because we just had a stat squish.
But then they're gonna do another stat squish, like 2 expansions from now. Or maybe 1.
Maybe, but like someone asked us questions similar to that, and they said, well, like, that's future problems for future us. Right now, we're just focusing on now.
Yeah. I mean, it's understandable.
Yeah. I mean, apparently they plan 2 expansions ahead. Even though they're in Shadowlands right now, they already know what they're gonna kind of do for 2 expansions from now, so...
Oh yeah. They have to. They have 2 different teams.
And they have to know where they're going with the story, so that actually makes sense, so... It makes sense.
Well, I liked what they talked about, that this is all a relatively new area of the game, so they can kind of make it up as they go.
Yeah, I don't think they've ever made... Like, Warcraft never talked about the Shadowlands. This is very...
They were talking about that, Ian Hezekosis and that other guy in an interview that they did with Preach.
Yeah.
That they were, like, kind of excited for the fact that they got to actually use different and new art assets and had to come up with, like, new appearances for the mobs that were fighting.
Yeah, because it's never been seen before, like, it never existed.
Yeah. They were like, well, we could just make that guy a troll character, and they're like, well, no, not really, because it doesn't really make sense, so...
They already kind of gave us an idea, like, the Ardenweld is basically a druid paradise, but, like, it's like the dark side of the Emerald Dream, so it's all about nature and moonlight. Like, each zone has its own thing, like, Bastion has owls, for some reason, and Maldraxxus is all about, like, necromancers, necrolords, and all that stuff. I don't know which one I'm gonna pick yet. I'm gonna decide when the armor sets come out.
Wow, I cannot believe what I'm seeing right now. They're putting Snuts in on Game 5 of the most important series of the tournament.
And even though they said they're gonna try, like, to make it, doesn't matter what you pick, everything's gonna be viable, there's gonna be one Covenant that gives you a really OP power.
There's always something that's OP.
But, like, it'll be, they said niche things, like, okay, this power's really OP for that, but for this other thing, it's pretty bad. But I guess it's all up to preference. That's why I'm kind of choosing Covenants based on looks, because the plate gear that you get from those sets actually looks amazing. So, Mike, you're gonna have a lot of fun with that.
I just want a character that has good transmog besides my Warlock.
Warlocks have amazing transmog.
I know, it's ridiculous. And then I go to my mage and I'm like, this looks okay, but it's not awesome.
The only one that I've seen, like the best transmogs in the game that people have for is, I'd say, Death Knights, Warlocks, and Warriors have the best transmogs in the game.
I like my Paladin transmog more than anyone that I've ever seen.
More than my transmogs?
Yeah.
Alright, I gotta log in.
Rude!
I don't give a shit. It's mine.
Your transmogs are
Everybody
wearing
can eat shit
nothing.
and die.
Right.
Fly.
My pirate transmog is like the best.
Do you wear your transmog in real life?
Nothing?
No.
Yeah.
But that's why we don't like it.
I don't think I want to play Demon Hunter in the next expansion unless the leather gear looks really cool.
I'm just gonna say one thing. That fucking Tinker class better be goddamn male.
They haven't even talked about that at all. I don't even think it might be a thing yet.
I think it'll happen.
Like, I'm surprised no one brought it up to this point. Like, they just did the WoW Q&A and I listened to it, and there's nothing about Tinkers at all.
I guarantee there were a million questions on it, but they just didn't choose to answer them.
Well, they didn't, yeah. I don't know why they did Taliesin and Evitel to run the Q&A. Taliesin was just there asking all his questions, basically. Like, no one else got a chance.
And I guarantee they told him beforehand, don't ask about the Tinker.
Oh my god.
They don't want to try to push in right now when they don't need to.
Yeah, some of the questions like didn't even answer the actual question they were asked.
Are they bringing Master Loot back?
No.
They said it might be a possibility, but it's not in their roster right now. They don't.
They could eat cyanide.
They need to bring it back.
They need to send some Master Loot back.
Preach asked that at the last. That was his last question, and Ian said like, not really.
I think they should bring it back, but put restrictions on it. Like, it has to
Please explain to me the rationale of not having it in the game.
I mean, it just needs to be a guild group. I'm fine with it.
I swear.
Allow it for a guild group.
Who gives a fuck if it's for Pug? If it's in a fucking Pug and you look at the loot set, you'll see that it's Master Loot. You can choose to leave.
Yeah, that's true too.
There's no one with a fucking gun to your head forcing you to stay in that group.
I swear the only reason why they did it is because high-end raiders were abusing the fuck out of it, and that's why they.
Yeah, well, they okay, so then they figured out ways to abuse other systems that are in the game, quote unquote abuse. Like,
yeah, and they don't fix
I don't
them
know.
either until like 2 months later.
It's just it's the stupidest fucking thing to me in the entire fucking universe. Like, how many guilds are even capable of world first? It's like 10, maybe 20 tops. So you're going to curtail the playing experience of the entire fucking population that plays the game because there's 20 guilds that consist of 20 to 30 man rosters. Multiply that out, it's like you're basically fucking everybody else over for the sake of 600 fucking players. It makes no fucking sense. It is illogical and asinine.
A lot of games do that. I swear they love Method.
It doesn't matter. That's a bad argument. And it's like, well, other games do it. Like, I don't fucking care. There's no sense in it.
No, it's not even that. It's just favoritism. Like, they love Method for some reason.
Okay, but then
it doesn't benefit Method either, though.
No,
yeah, but then Method figured out a way to abuse the Titan Residium, quote unquote abuse, and then they were like, oh, okay, well, now it has to be spec specific or whatever. And it's like, in the long run, the whole Residium debacle just ended up, like, hurting the entire community more. Like, hurts the world first raiders because, like, once they like, they get their first piece and then they save it all up until the next tier, so they can fucking roll on one piece of mythic loot and gamble, and then they don't use it again. So it just like there's absolutely no fucking good reason. There is no good argument worth listening to about not having Master Loot in the game.
And then they fuck you on being able to trade stuff.
Like, if you want it to be World of fucking Pugcraft, then just say that, and then we can disband every fucking guild in the game, and then we can all just go into fucking instances that are completely made of pickup groups, and then that way we can just eliminate the need for a guild in the first place.
And it's free on tradable stuff too. If you haven't gotten something of that item order, you can't fucking trade it, even if you don't need it.
Because guilds are abusing it. Yeah, it's way better for me to get a 20 item level upgrade on something that I can't fucking use, that is absolutely dog shit for me, that I can't trade anybody. That's wonderful. That's a really good feeling. That really helps out the raid.
No, I don't think it's abuse if you're helping the raid group by trading it to someone that needs it. It's so fucking stupid.
So it just really frustrates me.
I know, we got you going.
Because there's literally no good fucking argument against it. None. They're bullshit. Like, they're all fucking terrible. I wish somebody would just yell at them like that. Like it is bad idea. Like, I think you're behind your desk with, like, your fucking paintbrushes and, like, you know, looking at your coding a little too much. It's like, how about you get in the fucking game and experience it and understand how it works? And somebody like Ian, who does, like, I don't understand how you can sit up there and say, oh, we don't need it. Okay.
Cloud9 just beat Gosu for the goal in the finals against Mythic.
Did you see how they one-phased the last boss on Shrine?
What?
It was one of the Method. I think it was Method EU. They one-phased the last boss on Shrine.
Really?
Yeah. I swear they abused something, because the boss, yeah, they did abuse it. For everybody to see.
Because it doesn't take that long for him to phase. It's not percentage based.
But BlizzCon, one more time.
Yeah, but they were delaying it somehow, and I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to happen. So, even like you know Sea-Doo, who plays Arena a lot, right?
Yeah.
They say that they willingly like abuse bugs just so that everybody sees, and then they're finally fixed, because they don't like having this shit happen either.
And then you see Cloud9 make it to lands and say, well,
I've eaten 4 different kinds of nuts today. Let me rephrase. I've eaten 4 different kinds of nuts in the past hour, and I'm allergic.
That have put on an absolute clinic.
I'd have to call the hospital.
I'm so itchy.
Where he had the shapeshift over and over, and Multi-Man was just Nova into Ice Nova in the shapeshift. Cyclone low again. Cubsy just non-stop just chaining Cyclones back and forth from Chun-Li and Gorecki. He actually played this so well. This is probably his best game, and then you have someone like Snuts who comes in just non-stop kidney shot over to Chun-Li.
Yeah, but for next expansion, I hope they open up about the trading stuff. Just let us trade.
When a low karma comes, a Cyclone and a Chun-Li.
Whether we've gotten something of that, I don't know.
It's absolutely insane.
Especially on the weapon thing, like if you have a two-hander but you get a one-hander that's lower item level, you can't trade it either, because you never had a one-hander.
See, they said they did it so that people wouldn't feel pressure. Who gives a fuck if they feel pressure? They still don't have to trade it if they don't want to.
I swear, if it's not Snuts, I'm shaving off all my hair.
Hey, you guys, I am here with Snuts of Cloud9. Now, those guys put up a really good fight.
You two have your ults. You want to run dungeons?
That was insane. I was
get you geared up.
Some earth elemental use the Azurite, and I'm going crazy. Put them down.
Just as I need help gearing, and then gets kicked from the guild.
His name was Spix, and he's asking for help gearing. Like, he's a fucking troll.
You know, going into the game, I had an idea of how to win.
I just thought it was hilarious.
Awesome. Well, now you guys go on to face.
I'm already irritated, so it's like I'm not dealing with that.
How prepared are you feeling for that series?
Find some other guild to get you up to 430 so you can quit because you beat the game.
We can beat them, and if we go to the grand
Like
finals,
that Warlock from last week.
that'll be fun too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations once again. Good job.
What, you got used?
Oh yeah. He went to a raiding, and we gave him a shitload of gear, and then he fucking dropped the guild.
We've seen happen in several series. You kind of hear a little glimpse into what's going on when they are picking compositions. I feel like we've seen a lot of teams up on the BlizzCon stage right now. You get that first game in, the grand blind pick.
You guys want to run some dungeons on your ults though?
Not really.
So close. I feel like all of these teams, Jelly, they go, okay, yeah, it's working. We should just stick with this composition. We haven't seen many people risking changing anything after that first game, especially with how close everything is. But then you have a team like Cloud9 that's willing to change everything when it's all on the line in a game 5.
When you're under this type of pressure and you're a player like Snuts, you know for a fact if you're put into that game, you're giving it your all, more than your all, just the best you've ever played. And Snuts, obviously, so good. He's a monster.
Yeah, we got to look at the bracket. I mean, an entire team of Titans. The one thing though that's going to be a sore spot for them, it's getting knocked down early by Wildcard Gaming. We got a rematch here, and I think that it's pretty clear throughout the year we considered these the top 3 teams. But who cares who the top 3 teams are? We want to figure out who's going to be the champion of BlizzCon 2019, and we're getting very close to it, folks. Only 2 more series left. Next, it's the rematch, and then we get to find out who is going to need to play against Mythic Black, the team that has been waiting and watching. Soon we'll crown our champion.
BlizzCon 2019 is brought to you by Coca-Cola, the official refreshment of BlizzCon. Facebook Gaming, a world of play. Samsung SSD, performance gamers trust. Corsair, do your thing. And by
Too far away.
Go, are you dead yet?
No!
You said you're eating peanuts.
I'm just itchy.
On the far shore of the source, there stands a great palace built by the elves. It was forsaken in the wake of the flood, but a certain new mode chose to make their home there soon after.
At State Farm, we're challenging ourselves to each do 100 acts of good.
Seriously, this thing isn't even hurting me if it takes forever.
Join us at neighborhoodofgood.com.
Rated T for teen.
Join the strategic multiplayer battle where fast thinking beats fast reactions. World of Tanks. where
Mike.
smarts survive.
Bye! I forgot I need to talk to you, so. Hold, please.
Yeah, it looks like I'm kicked.
Play first on PS4.
I'm gonna tell him she's a lesbian.
Yeah, well, she already said she was gonna, like, have sex with Sylvanas, so...
Switching to 4 lines for $25 per line per month, plus 4 free Samsung Galaxy phones, all on our super reliable, super fast network.
I need to target something first.
It's a shame that Azerite is driving the elements out of control.
Really?
More reason for us to be putting an end to this.
Well, your paladin's 430, isn't he?
Yep.
So that's not your alt anymore, that's like a main.
Well, my paladin's been 430.
So you're good, you gotta find another alt to level up.
Yeah, I could work on my warlock, but I don't really feel like it. They ruined affliction, and I don't like destruction.
Well, affliction's good right now, so...
Yeah, it's meh. It's too many fucking dots to keep track of now. It'd be way better in Legion. And they nerfed Deathbolt. Again.
Yeah, I saw that. But I mean, it does so much of your dot damage in just one single bolt. Wasn't it? It was something huge, I know.
It's 35%.
Yeah, of all
it
the...
was. It was. Now it's like 25%, I think. Of the remaining damage. They only had to give us Deathbolt because they took away Drain Soul.
Yeah.
You can still run Drain Soul, but it doesn't
BlizzCon
increase
2019
your dot
brought to
damage
you
like
by
it used to.
T-Mobile.
So it's kind of pointless.
Their newest signal goes farther than ever, and it's built 5G ready. MSI, True Gaming. Intel, the official CPU partner of BlizzCon. Cisco.
I guess that means that the Demon Hunter starting zone and the DK starting zone
And by HyperX.
isn't there
We're
anymore.
all gamers.
They're supposed to be revamping them, I think.
Well, that wouldn't be too bad, but...
Especially the DK one, it needs a fucking update really bad.
Yeah, I don't like spending an hour and a half in the starting zone.
It's not only that, but you're fucking working for Arthas. He's fucking dead.
And he's dead. And there's a lot of out-of-date stuff, and they did talk about that. Like the fact that there's 4 war chiefs during the year leveling. So I think they're gonna fix that somehow.
Also, what do you do when something really hype happens in World of Warcraft after you see a series like that? You go on Twitter to see what Sidu and Jamili tweet. And
Always kill off the Horde.
Sidu just tweeted out former teammates with Snuts of
Yeah,
course. He said
Wolverine
Snuts doesn't
died.
need to prove anything, but
So
time
that
and
was a
time
blow
again,
to the Alliance
he
for
plays like
once.
he does. And
There is a dangerous creature nearby.
Jin died in the same fucking
You must
expansion.
strike it down before it harms more innocents.
It didn't really help us.
Insolent fool! You will pay for your trespassing!
Yes, it did. Then we got so lost.
right now, greetings friends.
Yeah.
I want to say you have come in
Why do you like her or you don't like
We
her?
got our top 3 teams right
That's
now.
my bae.
One of them from North America.
Yeah, me too, but don't let Mike hear you say that. Like me, you, and Sko like Sylvanas, but Mike hates her.
I like her even more after seeing the Shadowlands cinematic.
Yeah, now she's really OP with that death magic that the jailer gave her.
She's gonna save us all.
I don't think save us. She's gonna try and kill everybody, I think. But that's okay. The game needed to end sometime. Like this is Shadowlands will be our 9th expansion. Like that's insane. I don't think any game in the world has had 9 expansions.
Oh hell no, they've died long before that.
To the dominance of having back-to-back
People have been saying WoW is dead since fucking Cataclysm.
You look at the grand final, and I don't think
Yeah, and it's
we've
not
seen a
been
team as
years,
dominant in
yeah.
the point standings as what we've seen from Method Black. So we have 2 teams that have showed that they are just the best in 2 completely different ways.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Get
Method
that
Black,
3%
the only team
standoff.
that's come close to them
Thank
on
God.
point standing this year was Method Black's tally the year before, right? So these guys have been dominant in all online competition, but Cloud9, as you say, if they manage to pull off this trio, the second
Did you
year
already
running this
pre-order?
format, it would be absolutely outstanding,
yet.
as some of our Hearthstone friends would say.
I can't because I have to move
I think
in
the
the
other
next
thing
couple
is,
weeks.
Pika, when I actually saw
So we're
this
gonna
team
need my
come
money.
together, it's one of
Yeah.
those things
I got
where
plenty of time
it
to figure it
actually looked like a
I
bad
think yeah,
idea,
next
right?
paycheck
It's like,
I'll
yeah,
get
they're a bunch
the
of good players, but this makes absolutely
the
no
heroic
sense.
edition.
No, that's definitely the case with some teams.
I don't think I need the epic edition.
Best of these 2 classes. This is the best
It's
healer
just
in
a
the
pet
game.
and the weapon
Yes,
enchant.
But sometimes it just doesn't translate into the game.
Yeah,
You can have the absolute best
one of them
players in the
comes
world
with
their
30 days
classes,
of game time,
but
I
if you go
think.
into arena together and all of you guys
Well,
act
that's
like
the
you have no
epic
idea
as
what's
well.
going on, then it's really not that good, huh?
But all I wanted was the mount and the transmog you get still.
And it just came together instantly. I think this
Why did I
Cloud9
go to
roster,
Nastutar to
any
upgrade my
questions that
knife?
you had about it, I think the big thing
That's
to me
not
has
gonna
been a
work.
WoW fan for a long time. It really was the idea of Snuts and Chan actually being on the same team. And they're playing so many similar roles throughout the years as well, and they just do mesh. And it really is on Snuts being a player that is able to be outstanding in 2 different ways. You know, back in the day when it was important, he could be someone who played Warlock very well. Now, when the game changes a little bit, he can be somebody who can multi-class very well. But we want to jump down to the stage right now and hear what Ai has to say about this next matchup.
Hey, you guys, backstage after Wildcard's loss against Method Black, they're clearly very disappointed in their performance, and there was a bit of blaming amongst themselves backstage. And, you know, last time I checked in with them, it seems like they had really calmed their nerves because at the end of the day, these guys are friends and they are a team, and they clearly very much want this. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out for them. Back to you, Rich.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting matchup, all in all, period. I think Wildcard Gaming tends to live up to their name.
No, I don't
They
look like
tend
I'm
to be
under
that
here.
wildcard team in so many different scenarios.
Mm.
And I think that their trajectory has just been one of accumulating power throughout this year.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, they're making legendary weapons transmoggable.
They are so talented when it the individual skill of each player on that roster. It's just the
They
meta.
already
It hasn't
are,
really been in their
as long
favor,
as
but
it's the same
still,
weapon
they
type.
managed to come.
Well, Legion artifacts, yeah, but like Thunder Fury and everything is gonna be transmoggable.
And they've just been looking like they're on a tear, and I think they could
Too
easily
bad I
take
don't have that.
Cloud9 here.
Yeah, me neither, but now it gives you a reason to try and get it. And the Warglaives of Azeroth on the Demon Hunter would be great.
Yeah.
So I think
Instead of getting that achievement to make you wear it, I would rather just farm it out that way.
I think they're going to be completely on their A game.
Yeah, I think there are two things that we can try to extrapolate from, right?
I'm not gonna try and get a legendary. I can't even get fucking a 2-minute drop this goddamn mount.
At Cloud9, and it seems like they have an
I've
answer.
been farming that
I will
for
say
fucking
though,
years.
Wildcard Gaming seems to use those comps just a
Well, I want Midnight's Range, the newer Karazhan.
Guys try to bring out and play. To us, it just looks like, man, these people look like they have no idea what's going on. We can't even tell what they're thinking. But then they go into the game, and it's like it looks like they're in control from the second the gates.
My friend did get it, and I was mad because he doesn't even fucking play anymore.
I have many wares.
They get it and then they quit.
They have to make these miracle plays, but they just keep happening every single time. So maybe it's not really a miracle.
I wouldn't quit if I got invincible. If anything, that'd make me want to play the game even more.
Good fortune to our friends.
I mean, this is the thing, right? Like, when they did lose that incredibly
It's my
tight
favorite
series
now.
between Wildcard
Do you
Gaming
want
and Cloud9
something?
on the backstage, I talked to Snuts afterwards, he was like,
Zandala
he always
forever.
thought that was harder because he doesn't like playing like in the kind of backstage where you can hear the other team. He wants to put on a show. We say, welcome back Snuts to BlizzCon. He says, welcome back BlizzCon to the Snuts show because he's put it on in the last series, and I think they're going to rely on him heavily here. Will be the Rogue Mage Druid as their front foot, and if he can play anything like he did in the last series, they are going to come out incredibly strong.
Yeah, we had a little opportunity there too. We saw some of the signs. You can see Cloud9 definitely having a lot of fans out there. Looks like Cubsy's kid was out there as well. I don't know if you guys saw that. So yeah, Cubsy is actually his daddy. We're going to see if Cubsy's going to do his child proud in this next matchup. It is a rematch, but also you have so many things that have changed. Momentum. It's just going to be the key factor here. I think a lot of us who haven't been up on the main stage start to ask questions of fatigue, right? You're up there that long in this heightened state of pressure. How do you not crumble over time? But we've heard from people who have been there. We have two BlizzCon competitors that have been in the grand finals, and they say momentum's going to be one of the best things you can have in your pocket. And now, as we touch down to the Grand Arena, the big question that we want to see answered, what is going to get locked in on the blind pick? And who is going to be able to take it? Is it going to be NA or is it going to be EU? We find out right now as the gates get open.
Wow, we have an exciting first game of the series here. The Rogue Mage Druid Snuts once again decides, you know, love to see Wildcard Gaming bringing out the Warrior Mage Monk composition. This seems like one of their best compositions we've seen them play. They've seemed to be able to win unwinnable matchups on paper, and let's see what happens this game so far.
Yeah, let's see what does happen here. The entire year has been the story of Europe versus Cloud9. Cloud9's already won one of those games. Now they take on Wildcard Gaming. If they win that, it's a grand final against Method Black. Cloud9 have momentum on their side. They have the advantage, and most importantly, I'd say right now, they have Snuts.
Absolutely. It seems like the target of choice here for Cloud9 is going to be Morrow. They want to shut him down on as many polymorphs and as many fireballs as possible. Constantly looking for setups. They are playing the Frost RMD specialization, so they aren't in any direct rush to win. They always have dampening on their side with that Frost Mage, with all those extra Novas, those extra slows. But right now, looking to get aggressive here, Snuts going for the full blind onto Looney, playing that relentless specialization, so he has no trinket available. Good kill on the Warbanner. They're getting that Vanish Sap. Morrow might be forced into the ice block right now. Conrad's almost forced so low.
Yeah, that's going to force out the life cocoon. Such a narrow call there. Morrow able to stay alive barely, but he lands a full counter spell into Cubsy. Let's see what follow-up there is. Looney pushing in. There's a Stormbot. There's probably going to be an in-cap off of this. The Ironbark has already come out, but Wealthy Man is taking a lot of damage. Blizzo chunking in. Everyone has been saying that Blizzo is the best warrior in the world. He's the only warrior at this tournament, and he forces Cloud9's first ice block.
Man, Blizzo just getting so much damage out there, trying to get that, reverse the pressure there. Snuts with a full kidney onto Morrow. Drops a smoke bomb, but Looney, great ring of peace, pretty much denying all of the pressure there. Cubsy, as we see right now, is just chasing Looney, trying to get this bash. Cyclone while Morrow is getting locked down by Snuts and Wealthy Man. Snuts unfortunately caught up into that sheep while Cubsy is going for the bash Cyclone. Bash Cyclone, full ring onto Looney, triple CC right now. Blizzo has nothing he can do to help Morrow, but Morrow just so far away from Snuts as he's caught up in the Sheeps. Great job by him denying this attempt here.
Yeah, we haven't seen Morrow play just yet today on the BlizzCon stage. They've been running the cleave compositions, but he is here to play. Life Cocoon is up in 1 second. Is it going to come up in time? The Life Cocoon does, but they shatter through it. So much damage from this Cloud9 squad. Now looking for the reversal. We see Ring of Peace, leg sweep to follow up. Wealthy Man is the one on the back foot. He does have an ice block available, but he'd really like to hold on to that. This is a back and forth game. So much aggression on the side of Wildcard Gaming, and that short cooldown Life Cocoon always seems to come up in the nick of time for Looney.
Scary situation here. Cloud9 looking to get aggressive, but very soon here as they have stabilized their HP bars. I know full kidney going out onto Mario, Blizzo, Stormbolt and Cuzzy denying those Cyclones. Another Ring of Peace from Looney. Every Ring of Peace is going to be used on kidney shot. It's the best way to stop her from doing damage, and that's what it's all about right now. Cubsy trying to set up the Cyclone on Mario, trying to push in towards Looney. There comes the bash, looking for the Cyclone, potentially the Sheep cast as well. Full Ring of Frost off that bash. Great job by him. Mario under lots of fire, locked out right now. Wealthy Man still taking pressure as well. Is there the Resheep? Unfortunately, the Resheep is slightly short there. Mario trading out that Temporal Shield, and the War Banner actually used by Blizzo, so the next setup could be very good for Cloud9.
Yeah, it was also unfortunate for Mario. He actually whiffed his Ring of Frost there, so there wasn't enough crowd control on Cubsy. Otherwise, maybe they could have converted that into a second ice block. Wealthy Man dropped very low. You can see he's looking for a little drink here, but of course, Mario able to deny that with the Flame Strike. Polymorphs coming out. You can see all that crowd control that Wildcard Gaming are putting out. That's going to force a trinket on Cubsy, blind on Looney, but they don't really have the counter pressure because of that great play from Wildcard Gaming. Now the Life Cocoon comes through. They trade that for the blind. They're going to be very happy with that. And I've got to say, at the start of the Grand Arena, Pico, it feels like Wildcard Gaming are forcing more cooldowns.
Yeah, it was a bit of a miscommunication on Cloud9's end there, getting the full bind on Looney with no actual follow-up, so he was able to get that cocoon between the setups, and then they also cloned Morrow when he was CC, so that was a very huge go that was lost there. So now, instantly on the back foot, Cloud9 in trouble here. Blizzo looking to be all over Wealthy Man right now. Is there any CC potentially on Cubsy? Wealthy Man just under so much fire right now, locked on Polymorph, has no way to blink out right now. Looney potentially looking in to get that in-cap stun onto Cubsy right here if the time is right.
Yeah, they're using the Maledict push here. Cubsy's just going to have to respect that. He heals through it. He's going to have the Iron Bark, use it immediately as soon as it comes off cooldown. Good low Cyclones, but Wealthy Man, he has to respect the damage, and that's 2 ice blocks down for Cloud9. 3 minutes on another one of those immunity cooldowns. Europe's number 2 squad is looking for that rematch against Method Black. If they can keep this up, they're going to take game 1.
Cubsy caught into a full polymorph right now. Wealthy Man still under lots of fire right now. Really need to see a solid setup from Cloud9 and try to force some cooldowns from Wildcard Gaming to get the game back in their favor right now, because Wealthy Man with no ice blocks, this is a very scary situation. This is just one good crowd control chain, and it could be the end for Wealthy Man.
Yeah, Wealthy Man needs to play the best few minutes of his life here. He's got no defensive cooldowns for 2 minutes. If he can play insanely well, combined with Cubsy, we've seen him do it time and time again. I mean, these guys are the defending champions from spring, the defending champions from summer. They're going for the triad of LAN victories here at BlizzCon 2019. If Wealthy Man can play good, this is going to be the scariest situation. The Stormbolt comes out, he immediately uses human racial. Can they deny the follow-up on Cubsy? They can for now. It's only an in-cap. It's a short crowd control. It's not the polymorph that Wildcard Gaming were looking for, and the intimidating shout is survived. Huge plays by Cloud9.
Great job by Cloud9 surviving the setup here. They can instantly turn the pressure around. Vendetta has been committed on tomorrow here. Disarmed by Looney, realizing this is bad now. They've got no more offensive cooldowns. Cloud9 needs to get aggressive here. We need to see some offensive clones. There it is right there on tomorrow. Full clone. Blizzo caught into Sheeps right now. Clone coming out of Blizzo potentially. Wealthy Man getting sheeped up here. Is there anything for Looney whatsoever? Stormbolt on the Cubsy potentially getting a pot. Ring of Frost full off the Stormbolt. Wealthy Man now in trouble. Snuts needs to go hard on Morrow right now.
Yeah, he's looking for the counter pressure. Once again, the blind, there's no follow-up. They go for the smoke bomb play. I'm not sure it's quite going to be enough damage without the crowd control, so they do get the Life Cocoon, Temporal Shield, both sides. But I think for Cloud9, they're just settling for this. They want to stay in the fight right now. Dampening is good news. You can see it at the top of your screen. 6% healing reduction. If you're a fan of North America, if you're a fan of Cloud9, you want that buff building up as quickly as possible so that Looney falls further behind, because he is the one that will struggle more the game goes.
Absolutely. I just really want to see these blind goes from Cloud9 be a little bit cleaner. They need to get that follow-up Sheep or Sap, and I swear they will start getting cooldowns forced. But Cubsy pushing in there, getting the bash on Looney, forcing out that human racial trinket, getting in-capped. Wealthy Man under so much pressure, eating the CS, giving Cubsy the potential to free cast right now. Snuts all over Morrow right now, trying to lock him down, trying to keep the pressure rolling. Looney starting to kind of run out of mana here. As the mana is starting to even out here, dampening starting to ramp up, things are going to start getting really interesting right now.
Yeah, it's certainly going to get tough for both these healers. 10% healing reduction on both sides. And I mean, I got to say, we've had an incredibly loud arena. You could really break the tension on a knife's edge right now. This is so intense between Cloud9 and Wildcard Gaming. Both these teams playing to their maximum excellence. Wealthy Man has an ice block back. That is a huge sigh of relief. They can afford to trade that out now, but that was the trinket from Cubsy. Mana, as you said, Pika, very even on either side. Both healers struggling. Dampening's only going to get harder, though.
This is very, very good for Cloud9. The fact that they have this ice block available means they can go on a very, very aggressive push here, and it does not even matter if they're dying because they do have that safety net there. But Marl's still under so much pressure in a full kidney shot here. Cubsy gets stormbolted behind the pillar. Unfortunately, no follow-up CC for them. Good for Cloud9 right now. Really want to see these people push in right now. Get the stun on Looney, get the sheep out. Instead, Wildcard Gaming going for the push right now. Full free onto Cubsy. Snuts his sheep. Wealthy Man all alone right now. Locked out. In cap from Looney off of that. Ring of Frost being cast by Morrow. It does land. Leg sweep on the Wealthy Man. He has nowhere to go. Ice block has been forced.
That was an incredibly clean play from Wildcard Gaming. They landed the intimidating shout. Morrow simultaneously with the polymorph on Snuts. There was no one able to help Wealthy Man, and this has been incredibly clean so far from the European squad. We see another temporal shield from Morrow whilst blind is on Looney, and again, they drop the crowd control. There was nothing to follow up. That's Vendetta going to waste, that's Blind going to waste, and now Wildcard Gaming have a huge window to push.
And Looney just drank for 20+% mana and easily can trade out no cooldowns for all those cooldowns that they just used. Now Cloud9 extremely on the back foot. Cubsy trading out that Ironbark. Full disarm on the stunts from Looney there. There's no counter pressure whatsoever. Good bash from Cubsy, trying to get Blizzo off Wealthy Man, doing anything he can to help his mage get back and recover and restabilize behind the pillar right now.
Blizzo's been unrelenting in this game, but Snuts is starting to tunnel after him. This is something we've seen from Cloud9, a glimmer of hope perhaps as Dampening stacks up. Going after that Arms Warrior, he has no self-healing, and it's going to be a tough task for Looney. More importantly, it will keep Blizzo off of Wealthy Man in the deeper stages of this game as Cubsy starts to struggle. Looney continues to struggle here. Both sides very evenly matched. Kidney shot on Blizzo means that Wealthy Man is able to kite away just a little bit here. Of course, he is actually running the Stormbolt, meaning he doesn't have the double time, the double charge, meaning he has even less mobility to reach Wealthy Man. And now that they're going for this strategy, Snuts becomes the primary target potentially, which means that Wealthy Man not having those ice blocks might still be a survival situation for Cloud9.
I kind of like what's going on here. I think the Warrior is actually a decent target choice, especially in dampening where there's still a lot of mana to work with. Oh my god, huge fear from Blizzo leaps in, double fear, sheep on the Snuts. Wealthy Man, no ice block, full Ring of Frost, trinketed by Cubsy, trades out the Armbark right now. Avatar now gone from Blizzo. It is now time for Cloud9 to try to turn it around right now while Cubsy's out of CC. Full kidney onto Blizzo, lots of pressure. Great life improvement by Looney, preemptively before the bash, looking to get the clone from Cubsy. There it is right there. Actually line of sighted by Looney. Great job as well. And now I believe Cloud9 is actually, maybe has a window now.
Yeah, potentially, but look at that Fear. So Fear was used there. It's a shorter cooldown than the trinket on Cubsy. It's going to be a 1-minute window. When that Fear comes up, that Cloud9 will just lose the game if Wildcard Gaming can execute on that play. Meanwhile, Cubsy is having to play very aggressively right now. Snuts, honestly, has been controlled so well by Maro. We talk about the best mages in the world. Maro and Wealthy Man are clear contenders for that prize right now. Maro on the fire, Wealthy Man on the frost, and the damage has just been incredible from both of them. Full kidney shot once again. Perfect cross crowd control from Cloud9 as they look to set up once again with the smoke bomb on Blizzo.
Great smoke bomb by Snuts, trying to keep the pressure rolling. Wealthy Man does land that polymorph because the smoke bomb denies the counterspell from Maro. Great job by him. Blizzo half HP. Wealthy Man now getting pressured right now. Full counterspell. Dragon's Breath. Sheep onto Cubsy. Doesn't land. Great stop by Snuts, kicking that. Actually, the defensive blind on Blizzo there. I would really like to see it to hold that for the kill, but I guess they want to play for the damning game, or maybe they were very afraid of dying there, which makes sense. Cubsy is trading out the Innervate right now, realizes Wealthy Man is in a lot of trouble. They are all over him right now. They need to get Blizzo off of him.
This is really scary. There's no kidney shot, there's no blind, and Blizzo has his intimidating shout. There's the counterspell. If there's an intimidating shout after this, it could be game over for Cloud9. Is Blizzo going to go for the play? Wealthy Man very low, 35% healing reduction. If Blizzo can play the game, they will win the game. Full Dragon's Breath into a full polymorph. Wealthy Man once again found on his lonesome here, 38 seconds on 2 ice blocks. If they survive to that, Cloud9 wins the game, but there is a long time left. The intimidating shouts out again, and that's another counterspell from Maro.
That was a huge setup by Maro there, going for the Blink DB sheep there, but unfortunately they didn't get any pressure with it. Now Cloud9 back onto Blizzo with a full kidney here, disarm onto Snuts once again by Looney. Great job preventing the damage there. Cubsy, another Dragon Breath. Does the sheep land here? It does land full. Snuts in a lot of trouble, trading out that evasion and Cloak of Shadows. The last defensive cooldowns for him very soon here. Cubsy, though, still good on mana, still has the Ironbark and Trinket to save him if things get scary, and Snuts retreating behind the pillar, making sure he's line-of-sighting Morrow and having Wealthy Man help him as much as he can.
Yeah, it looks like Wildcard Gaming are aware that there's two ice blocks on Wealthy Man, so they are going to swap their attention to Snuts, but I actually think this favors Cloud9 now. This is exactly what we wanted to see from them, get to those deeper stages of dampening, and now look at Blizzo. His health will never be stable anymore. The Life Cocoon even isn't enough, but they're actually going to go for defense. They sheep up Blizzo. Snuts is in trouble. Full Ring of Frost on Cubsy. He doesn't have to use his Trinket, but the Ironbark comes through. Executes might come through. Snuts is running for his dear life here in game 1 on the Grand Arena.
Very scary situation here. They got to make sure they don't panic and overreact here. Triple fear from Blizzo. Great lead by him. Instantly kidney shotted on it. Snuts does have that Vanish available as a last resort. He has no blind as well either. He might be trying to hold the Vanish for the blind to be able to sap it. I think that'd be the best play, and I think that's a game-winning play. Although we'll have to see if he's in enough trouble that he has to use it. Cubsy caught in the leg sweep there. Blinding Looney. This is the setup here. He needs to sap this right now. If Blizzo gets caught in a stun right now, the sap on Looney to be over. But unfortunately, no sap again because of the War Banner.
Yeah, a really nice War Banner from Blizzo, but they're just going for damage at this point in the game. He's so low. Relentless is not going to be enough necessarily. A full polymorph is snagged, though the Life Cocoon is up. I mean, Snuts is just playing this perfect. He's not doing doubtably win with this strategy. Cloud9 are closing in, but big heals coming in from Looney are going to stabilize Blizzo for now. Somehow, some way, he has held on to his defensive arsenal, the Vendetta. He's still not trading out the die by the sword. It's a very scary game by Blizzo.
Huge damage from Blizzo here. Full kitty. Oh my goodness. Die by the sword has been used. Spell effect still available. Looney caught into that counter spell there. Stormbolt on the Snuts, instantly turning the pressure on. There's so much damage going both ways. Snuts retreating, realizing the danger. And Blizzo actually chasing behind the pillars could be very, very bad, forcing Looney into the open on the map. If Wealthy Man can get any sort of crowd control right now, Cubsy pushing in. Does he get the batch onto Looney? He's looking for it. Full batch on Looney. Full kitty onto Blizzo. Snuts so low. Blizzo so low. Will he go down to the kitty? Spell effect is used. Looney caught in that full ring of frost. This could be the game if Snuts can finish him.
And they do get the kill. Cloud9 takes game 1.
Cloud9 gonna be able to do it, and what a game it was as well. I cannot wait to see what Zico, I can't wait to see what you actually pulled for us, because this one was back and forth. That much is certain, but we're going to see the clutch factor from a man who's been able to win BlizzCon before.
Absolutely insane game 1 here, and this is what I was talking about. I think Cloud9, they learned so much from their previous series, and you gotta give it to Wildcard. It's not like they played, poorly or made any, big errors in this game. They played their game, and Cloud9 played their game, and Cloud9 just came out on top here. This was incredible, and it all started out with the Mage race, which, to be honest, Wildcard Gaming was owning the Mage race. They got time and time again, they got CCs like this, where they force out the Trinket from Cubsy, and then again, here in a situation where Wealthy Man has to use his Ice Block immediately because they force out that Trinket, they get the full intimidating shout, they follow it up with the Paralyze into the Ring of Frost, they get the leg sweep. I mean, Wildcard Gaming is really putting out that pressure, but Wealthy Man doing a great job here with Cubsy, surviving, playing defensively, and then they get to this part of the game where, you're at 48% dampening. You can start targeting Blizzo because Wealthy Man has his Ice Blocks rotated back up, and Snuts playing so well, going back and forth there with the offense and the defense, kind of reminding me of what Waz was doing as well earlier during the day, dipping in and out with that offense, with that defense, and they managed to take game number 1.
Now, I feel like this next question that I'm about to ask you right now is a question that also only you can answer, Zico. When you look at everything that North America has been able to do this year as far as lands are concerned for Cloud9, and you look at what they're doing on the main stage right now, and then you think about what North America was able to do last year for the first time in the history of BlizzCon, any game ever, Grand Final, Pika was in it, and Sidu was in it.
Yeah, I remember. I was here.
North America versus North America in the Grand Final. If we see Cloud9 able to win this and potentially win all of BlizzCon, would you say North America is the best region in the entire world at World of Warcraft?
In the current moment in time, absolutely, without a doubt.
All right, move one over Zico. I'm a little curious how the audience is feeling though right now. BlizzCon, if you want to see EU win this BlizzCon, make a little bit of noise.
Yeah! Yeah, okay. Come on, guys.
If you would like to see North America win this BlizzCon, let me hear you. That's because
Nicholas.
It is the best Bastions.
I do hope that Twitch chat is a little bit more balanced than the here live in Anaheim, California. They've still got to get through these next 2 series.
Exactly. Thank you for keeping me grounded, my fellow and
actually.
I would like to say this is a pretty difficult scenario for NA. You look at the 2 teams that EU has fielded in Method Black, who's waiting in the grand final, and you look at Wildcard Gaming, the only team that's been able to take down Cloud9 in this tournament. It's looking pretty tough. What do you want to see from Wildcard Gaming, Pika? How do you think they will be able to turn this series around, if at all?
I feel like that last game was actually so back and forth. It didn't seem like it was a shutout at all. It seemed like they were actually leading the game for a huge majority of it. It just seemed like kind of towards the end.
Gone.
Their selection was a little off. Maybe their crowd control training was just a little too late. I think they honestly missed a few kill windows. But
yeah.
The majority of the game, everything
I was actually going to invite him on this run, but
towards the end, that they could have actually won.
It's kind of screechy at him earlier.
Was definitely a really important thing that we needed to
He was making my high hurt.
It did seem like it was pretty in favor of Wildcard Gaming, and now we're going to see Cloud9 on
He asked if we
So what
wanted
do you
to
think
do
Wildcard Gaming is trying to set up for here?
And then he
I
logged
think,
off.
honestly,
so.
Wildcard Gaming, they could actually go over
I think he got mad at my response.
Method Black. It might be
Sorry,
like,
like,
they want to throw here, but instead
I feel like worrying and getting this caught up in the game that isn't going to release until at least December is a little premature. Like, we have no idea what they're going to change from now until then.
So I think that this is
He's probably
what I prefer to see from them. The smaller map's going to make it even harder for
my eyes burn.
You're playing your series as Cloud9. You're playing a bunch of series on the main stage, and you're playing them really close. In a game 5 in the last series, you bring Snuts off the bench, and he goes absolutely ballistic, and it secures.
I'm gonna get my face smashed in. Just FYI, I shouldn't have.
No matter what.
I wouldn't say no matter what, because let's be honest, Nuts is replacing Chanamal in that spot. I mean, Chanamal
yeah, that might be a good idea.
entire roster is just packed.
Okay, so we have 2 people that can misdirect. Let's see if they do.
You can't really go that way.
Because me and Sko ran a dungeon. We had 2 rogues that didn't misdirect. You know.
Then you're gonna lose your advantage.
Or tricks.
Nuts was a big reason to why they won that. Not just the last series, but also this previous game.
Yeah, and the reason I bring it up, I mean, if you're going to stack up Snuts and Chan, they're 2 of the players that have kind of ascended.
It's because they're near DPS, you're less concerned about the effects.
But I just feel like you guys can say this much more eloquently than I can.
It's really good that we bolstered him. Like,
with lightning strikes on the main stage,
oh well.
you are the best possible player on
We bolstered a fucking Thorn Guard the other day about like 20 times.
It's a Farn Guard.
The Thorn Guard guy?
Oh, what?
The Thorn Guard.
What's that?
It's the dude that is linked with one of the witches, and she kept getting the reconstruction off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we just about kill it, and then she'd heal it back to full.
Yeah. I risked that.
Oh my god.
Cloud9 the strike first with a big attack onto Ludi.
Yeah, nice kidney shot into the DR bash. Does get
So, there's a reason I'm this high. I'm not just a wackadoodle. I felt. I tried to take my laundry downstairs. This is one of those reasons that I hate living alone, because it was too heavy, and I missed a step, and I fell down. Yeah, so that happened, and then I got a thing of water, and then I got a little baby bit high, and I grabbed some cookies, and I went to go walk up the stairs, and I missed a step. And I fell down again. And that time really hurt. So my mommy came over and filled me full of drugs. I can't feel anything right now.
Bolstered fortified molten slugs. Feel good.
I think it's the muscle relaxer. But it could also possibly be the hydrocodone. I need alcohols. That's what I need.
Not sure you should be combining that with muscle relaxers.
And hydrocodone.
And being high.
And then some yellow pill we found in the cabinet that said take when I fall down the stairs. Up the stairs?
What?
I fell up the stairs.
You remember HT telling us that you did that?
What?
He was HT. He was like, I was so drunk I fell up the stairs.
I just fell up the stairs.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I don't remember HT saying that. But I remember falling up the stairs.
Okay. Let's just let her free cast.
Oh
my god, dude.
Once again, Stormbolt onto Cubsy, anything to interrupt his healing right now, and Wealthy Man is on the back foot.
Yeah, Wealthy Man, he actually counterspelled the Frost Skull there, which isn't
anybody gonna use their ability
to stop the Ring of Frost, but the Polymorph was snagged anyways. He needs to be careful. The communication needs to be on point for Cloud9 here. Maro taking a lot of damage. This is a really good counter setup here. He needs to reconnect. Life Cocoon isn't available just yet, so Maro probably going to be forced into the corner eyes at the bare minimum, barring some sort of insane heals from Looney. You can see Snuts is posturing for the
I don't know how to spell.
It looks like they are going to narrowly escape. Another beautiful setup from Cloud9, but narrowly they aren't able to force the cooldown they're looking for.
That was huge for Cloud9. The blind into the double sheeps there from Wealthy Man. So close to getting that ice block from Maro there. But Wealthy Man under so much pressure right now, using that temporal shield in cap onto Cubsy. So much ult. Did he block? Oh my, last ice block has now been forced for Cloud9. They are now in a very dire situation. They either need to try to reset or they need to get really aggressive very quickly.
Why are we letting her free cast?
It's one of those dire situations for the mage where your temporal shield is coming off in half a second, maybe less. He had to use the ice block. He couldn't risk the executes from Blizzo. We know that man knows where the execute button is. We've seen it quite a few times in this tournament, and now he might be able to use it. It is going to be a full Stormbolt into a full Polymorph. Ice blocks available. Re-Polymorph. Looney's in position for a DR stun. If Blizzo can connect, they will find this kill and tie up the series. It looks like Wealthy Man, though, with the Battle Master, will be able to reconnect to Cubsy. He played that perfectly to deny Blizzo, but Blizzo may not be denied. He's still hunting.
Very scary, though. Maro instantly spell stealing that frost barrier from Wealthy Man. Great job by him not panicking and sitting back behind the box there. That could have been very bad. He had a full Maledict on him, absorbing about 120,000 plus healing. So great job by him using that Battle Master's, trading it out and surviving there. Bash onto Looney, looking for the Cyclone. Cubsy does land it. Blizzo under fire right now, looking to keep the pressure rolling right now. Good sheep by Maro, preventing the damage here. There's no follow-up CC onto Looney. Incap goes on to Cubsy. Greater Power Blasts are now flying in. This is the problem. This is why it's so scary to leave Maro alone. The second you do, Greater Power Blasts are going to come flying across the map. It mocks his speed.
Yeah, this is the adaptation that Wildcard Gaming needed in the game. When Blizzo is shut down, Maro catches fire in this series, and that's exactly what they need. That two-pronged attack with the Warrior Mage. It's looking good so far in game 2, but they haven't found the kill just yet. You see Cubsy still has his trinket. Mana isn't too bad for either side. Dampening is just starting. So Cloud9, if we base it on what we saw in the last game, they need another 5 minutes or so of incredible defense if they are going to find that kill on Blizzo. But Maro is spelling. These are just G-Pie after G-Pie flying in on Wealthy Man. How is Cubsy going to heal through this? He's drinking right now. Wealthy Man doing a stellar job of kiting away and keeping himself up, but there's no ice block still for over a minute.
Scary situation once again. We did see Snuts use that blind onto Looney with unfortunately no follow-up CC, and while that happened, Maro got like 2 G-Pies off in that time, so they really got to tighten that up, especially as this dampening ramps up, because they're doing less damage than the team of Wildcard Gaming, and eventually that's going to cost them. Incap onto Cubsy right now, full sheep onto Looney out of nothing. Blizzo all over Snuts right now. Avatar has been popped. Snuts with the evasion, wants to hold on to it. Step kicks Maro on the sheep. Unfortunately gets faked. Nice CS by Wealthy Man, preventing the sheep onto Cubsy off of the legacy from Looney there. Snuts still in so much trouble right now. Needs to get out of here, trying to kite away. Running with Cubsy to safety and trying to slow it down.
Yeah, the Mage v Mage, Wealthy Man versus Maro. That's going to be a big story of this series. Both of them are probably going to be sticking on that for the entirety of it. Another Greater Power Blast lands the kidney shot just a second too late, but Maro drinks anyways. He knows that he has a good offensive push here.
Kind of need
comes out from Looney. He
the
also
Druid
identifies
or
they have a good
the
situation
Shaman.
to get aggressive. Wealthy Man still without nice block for 36 seconds. They want to push.
Oh man.
Prep comes in. Is there a polymorph to follow up? No. Snuts denies it with the kick. It's Looney who has to follow, but it's not going to be a long enough crowd control chain, and it looks like once again Cloud9 do survive.
Cubsy does get caught into that crowd control train. Great job by Looney there on the disarm on Snuts, preventing the kidney shot on Morrow there, but it looks like they have stabilized from that. Now Morrow once again going back to spamming those greater pyro blasts. Full Stormbolt onto Cubsy, looking to get the sheep there. Does Morrow get it? Welcome Man instantly spam sheeping it. Full fear from Blizzo, force the trigger. Welcome Man solo with no icebox for 4 seconds. This could be the end of the game right now. Temporal shield has been forced right now. Ironbark in 1 second for Cubsy. He does get away. Careful now, needs to kite away from Blizzo immediately. Blizzo gets the lead kick there, means Wealthy Man can potentially free cast some sheeps right now if he needs to. Eats the counter spell from Morrow. Cubsy can recover with Cyclones onto Blizzo if needed.
Yeah, that's another greater power blast coming in, though that's huge damage onto Wealthy Man. He does have access to the cold snapper. He'd love to wait another 14 seconds before using that and get the ice block. It looks like he will be able to. Cubsy had to trade his trinket, had to trade everything to keep that situation, but it is the ideal scenario for Cloud9. They need those ice blocks. It will give them such a great lease on life. Blizzo's playing very aggressively right now, but Looney able to chase him wherever he may go. Another huge damage spike from the greater pyroblast is going to force that ice block, but Wealthy Man, to his relief, has 2 of those. Cloud9 have 2 more lives in this match.
Kind of scary. Snuts opted to use the blind on Morrow defensively. I really think they need to be using that in a DRK shot. Kind of an awkward situation here. They need to slow it down and get back to the pillar. Everything is going to be fine for them. They have lots of defensive cooldowns coming up here. It's fine that Welcome Man had ice block there. He does have the snap available if he needs for another block, and they can get back on tomorrow here and get the CC change rolling back on Looney again here. Nice blood on Blizzo, reverting the pressure right there. Cubsy doing well on mana, Looney well on mana as well. Unfortunately, things are looking really rough for Cloud9. They need to start getting
I was about to say, like, that is so cheap.
The last game was around about 40% healing reduction. That's where Blizzo just simply couldn't stay alive any longer. That's 20%. That's 3 more minutes that Cloud9 need to stay in the fight. They have 1 more ice block, but this is another massive push from the European squad. Looking at tie up the series. Defensive smoke bomb, also offensive. Blizzo uses his human racial to break out of that one. Second ice block may well be forced here as the polybombs come crashing in. He has to use it. Maledicts were committed, but Cloud9 once again are out of life.
Beware. Brutal situation here. Welcome Man still so low. No HP. The Batmasters does fall. Dragon's Breath onto Cubsy. Welcome Man solo. Blizzo all over him. Snuts disarm. Cannot kidney shot the peel. Morrow looking to spam those sheep, looking for the counter spell potentially. Snuts will do as much as he can to deny Cubsy the healing. But Wealthy Man and Cubsy, great job cutting way back to the pillar, back to safety. Counter spell has been committed. Cubsy goes for the Cyclone on Morrow when he can't get kicked. Great job by him. Blizzo is now the target of choice here. Maledicts on a vendetta committed by Snuts here. They need to get something roll with this next kidney shot here.
Yeah, Blizzo actually used his reflect there to reflect a frostbolt sheerly to snare Wealthy Man because he had no other way of reaching him in that situation. It's these little plays that, I mean, only Blizzo would make it. Now he's getting caught up in a cyclone, but at least he's on top of his target finally. Took a very long time for him to get it. You see the frustration on his face. He had his hand on his head for a second there. He's just struggling, but once he does connect, he's such a gruesome force for Cloud9 to contend with. Now another full counter spell does connect. Kidney shot over onto Blizzo as Wealthy Man is kiting circles. Does he have a blink? Let's see if he has one, because if not, Blizzo has a lot of uptime here. 30% dampening. Stormbolt comes out. Is there any follow-up? The Ring of Frost. If this connects, it could be game. Once again, Wealthy Man required to survive 3 versus 1.
I don't know why we have to bolster things so many times. It's the problem.
Still lots of trouble for Wealthy Man here. Has the temporal shield. Icy Veins looking to turn it around right now into Morrow. Morrow actually ice blocked a blind from Snuts 20 seconds earlier. Now Morrow, very viable kill target, lacking that biggest defensive cooldown, which is that ice block. But Wealthy still just sub 50% HP. Cubsy has a lot of work to do. Caught into the storm, but Looney pushing in for the in-cap. Maybe the Ring of Peace or the leg sweep. We will see. In-cap does follow it up. Looney pushing it. Battlemasters have been forced by Wealthy Man. Leg sweep off of that. Morrow sheep Snuts. It's a 3v1 situation. Full fear onto Cubsy from Blizzo all over. Wealthy Man so low. No buttons remaining. Will he get away?
He will not get away, and Cloud9 do fall in this game. It's 1-1, and again, Rich, incredible series.
It's actually insane that you look at a scoreboard that's completely tied up 1-1, and it doesn't nearly do justice to just how close these games have been and how close this series has been. Zico, what's the story of Game 2?
Well, it just seems to be kind of the same as in game number 1, but this time around, the map is really a big factor here. They were able to close the gap and finally connect over onto Wealthy Man there, and it's more of the same right here. You can see Cubsy doesn't have Trinket, gets Stormbolted. It's so much pressure over onto Wealthy Man. Looney pushes him with the Paralyze, keeps Morrow aggressive with that life cocoon right there as well, and they force out the blocks. And then here again, Wealthy Man, no ice
be a really strong spot
here. Cubsy once again getting caught up in crowd control here by Wildcard Gaming, but Snuts, he's there again to save the day, interrupt interrupting people with those kicks, making sure that they can survive for, you know, a little bit longer. And once again, you know, more crowd control over the Cubsy with those fears, with those storm bolts into Ring of Frost, with Looney pushing him with the paralyzers. And this time around, the difference was in the last game, they were able to get a little bit higher in dampening and then shut down Blizzo. This time around, they weren't able to do that. Instead, Blizzo was able to connect onto his target there, and we know what happens when Blizzo connects.
I will say, when you just look at what's been happening so far in this series, it feels 100% like it's anybody's game. It's anybody's series. And if you are these teams right now, how do you try to tip the scale in your favor?
I think Cloud9 knows kind of really exactly what happened there. It just seemed like
we need these guys over here.
Game there. It seems like they kind of got caught on the back foot, and they
so we didn't get the pat.
Overlapped defensive cooldowns, kind of had positional errors. And I think they know that they need to make
What's up?
blind setups much more valuable. They need to get more cooldowns. That should be a huge turning point in the game for them every single time, instead of having to use it defensively 90% of the game.
So some very important notes as far as execution.
You can do it on hard mode and do it twice.
Can actually happen before we even get into the arena in the draft.
I think certainly one of the things they need to respect, and one of the other big differences in Game 2, obviously map's going to be fantastic. Cloud9 will be able to take us somewhere bigger, which will help them get to that kind of really deep dampening. The other thing is that they need to respect these greater powers from Myro. He wasn't playing it in Game 1. We know it was a big difference last time these two teams met as well. They need to be shutting him down as a #1 priority in the early game, and then only resorting back to Blizzo when he's the viable kill target. Outside of that, it's got to be up to Cubsy.
Surprised they didn't give them fucking true sight just so you could skip them.
When we return, we're going to be taking our top 3 teams.
Yeah. They did it with the Matron. And
laden with Azurite caches.
No, wait, Chris, I'm trying to people used to skip everything up until that first boss.
MSI.
Guys, you gotta misdirect the shit.
The official CPU partner of BlizzCon. Cisco, the official networking partner of BlizzCon. And by HyperX.
And he's dead.
We're all gamers.
He should honk.
He kept line of sighting me. Can't heal you if I can't see you, buddy.
Hold on. Repair.
What's up? 3, 2.
Alright.
Somebody pulled it.
The hunter.
Christ.
You're not even a marksman.
I'm tired of this! Decimator round!
PM, I think.
Fire!
At Stake Bar, challenging ourselves to each do 100 acts of
One on!
giving back starts right. Join us at neighborhoodofgood.com.
Clear the deck!
Switching at 4 lines for $25 per line per month, plus 4 free Samsung Galaxy phones, all on our super reliable, super fast network.
Here's lead in your gut!
The newest releases for Nintendo Switch. My way to play.
All hands!
I require a target.
All cannons! Fire!
too far away.
BlizzCon 2019 is brought to you by Coca-Cola, the official refreshment of BlizzCon. Facebook Gaming, a world of play. Samsung SSD, performance gamers trust. Corsair,
I do not have a target.
And by NVIDIA.
Ugh, it's a pity that destroying that vessel will allow the cool tyrants to...
Mikey Mike.
What's up?
I can hear you breathing.
Sorry.
Thank you.
I've caught sight of our next
You want to stop breathing?
south.
Yes.
Move quickly.
Suffocation.
So we are jumping straight to the
Destroying
game.
that vessel
Let me
will allow
hear
the
you.
cool
Are you ready to
tyrants
see who's going to take this one?
Although these weapons...
Oh, let's not bolster the giant.
Wildcard Gaming.
I've
Whoever
caught
takes
sight
this will
of
find
our
themselves on
next
match point.
quarry to the south.
Yeah, not only are
You'd best
Cloud9
move
looking to
quickly.
win BlizzCon, they're also looking to play the most games at BlizzCon
And they
just,
pulled it
I
anyway.
would say unsettle the most nerves of the fans at BlizzCon.
Slam,
Every single
though.
series seems like it's inevitably going to go 5 games here for Cloud9. This is the bigger map. This is exactly the situation where they have to pick up a win here, Pika.
Yeah, both teams deciding to lock in the same
damn it.
compositions here. No one wants to say, yeah, you know what, you're going to make me switch my comp. I'm going to beat you as this. That's what they're both going with here. And I really hope that Cloud9 will even out those blind setups and get a lot more successful goes. And I think that'll have a huge impact on their gameplay. Right now, the way Snuts is positioning, he might be looking for the stab.
Well, we only bolstered him 3 times, so could have been worse. Maybe push.
Preventing those
Yeah,
Chiefs
could have
take
been
cap on
4.
Cuzzy. Now the pressure is back on the Welcome.
We almost
Yeah,
bolstered
certainly a
him the
good start for
maximum
both sides,
amount.
but it is normally it seems to be the offense at the very start. It's coming from Wildcard Gaming. They're actually going for a big swap here onto Cubsy, and that's actually going to force a defensive blind. So I mean, I guess for Cloud9, maybe their thought process here is like, hey, if we do play for that super deep dampening, then we will probably be able to win the game like that.
I
But
must
at
get
the
closer.
same time, the less offensive threat they bring, the more offensive that Wildcard Gaming will feel enabled to play. Maybe that's their undoing a little bit if we see Snuts able to get big swap over onto Looney or something, but so far in this series it has been a case of Wildcard Gaming pressing the initiative and then Cloud9 surviving and hoping for that late game win.
Yeah, right now these defensive blinds, I'm not really sure about that. I feel like now is actually the best time to be playing aggressive because there is no dampening, and I think as time goes on, like the team of Wildcard Gaming is just going to have way more consistent pressure because of the Fire Mage and the Arms Ward. But right now, Mario's got no full Kitty Sheep on Italy. So low right now. Could force the Cauterize potentially. Maybe get the Icebox. Nice Cyclone by Cubsy to follow up there. Temporal should he's looking to get the clone on Mario low. Maybe reclone onto Italy. One more clone onto Mario. Maybe one more onto Mario. There it is. Triple DR clone onto Mario on the Cocoon there. Looking to land Crackers right now. Full CS onto Looney from Wealthy Man. Great job by him. Mario still in so much trouble. Might force the Ice Block right now. Still so low.
Yeah, really nice gameplay coming in from Cloud9. They force it, and he narrowly uses his Ice Block there, Pika. That was such a close call for Mario. That is the best offense Cloud9 have delivered prior to dampening in any of these games. Snuts, we heard him screaming from the game 1 kill. He was screaming right then, and now they have a huge momentum in this game. It's fantastic. Mario, of course, playing fire means he only has access to 1 Ice Block.
I don't, like, how did he pull from back there?
That was just very well done by Cloud9. That was the kind of crowd control trains that we need to be seeing. We need to see these Cyclones coming out from Cuzzy onto every single player on the map in order to see those kills like that. But right now, Welky Man is on the back foot. Snuts trying to turn around. They're locking him down. Blizzo in a full Cyclone. Cubsy looking to push into Looney right now, trying to see. Does get the bash there. Full fear from Blizzo right now. Instantly onto Welky Man. Full sheep onto Looney there. Great job by him following that up. Welky Man always on point with that. Mario still under lots of trouble. Does get the resap. Snuts going all in with the vanish here. Jin gets to the road here. Full blind. No trinket available. Mario with no ice block as well. Can he commit to him? Can he stay on top of him?
Yeah, Mario doesn't have his counterspell either, so he's not going to be able to deny any of these Cyclones. If Cubsy can get a low Cyclone onto Mario, it's looking promising. Really nicely done. Cocoon is available. Snuts might actually go for a play here where he goes for the stun, but Looney reads that preemptive disarm. Now the sheep's coming in. It looks like it should be an opportunity for Wildcard Gaming to stabilize, but this is what we wanted to see. Cloud9 being the aggressive team, forcing the pressure, and because of that, Blizzard's just been out the game. He's been crowd controlled by the Mage Druid. Looney hasn't been able to dispel, and now Wealthy Man has 2 Ice Blocks, a preemptive life Cocoon on the smoke bomb, though, is a huge play from Looney. Good read by him.
That was a great job by him. Cloud9 just seems to have a lot more pressure this game. It seems like they are always putting out crowd control, always having some sort of threat on the map. But right now, Wildcard is taking the charge here. Sheep onto Snut, stun onto Cubsy. Wealthy Man, Blizzo is just all over Wealthy Man right now. They are looking to try to get a setup soon. War Banner from Blizzo has been used. They're trying to kill the banner right now if they are looking to get crowd control onto Looney. Right now, it looks like everyone is stabilized right now. Marl's still kitty shot in the middle of the map. Looney once again always looking to get those disarms onto Snuts.
Yeah, I mean, there was nothing near him. Like, and I kind of felt like we were out of the range of his smash, and it still killed like half of y'all.
Denied Cubsy going for the cyclone. He had the bash on Looney, but didn't decide to go for it. It was a bit of that and a bit of Maro having his counter spell up.
This shit had like sudden unlimited range.
Threatening defense, threatening offense.
Is it a void up here?
I would be terrified
Yes.
if I was playing the Restoration Druid in this matchup because you feel like you have to play aggressive at the same time. One counter spell like this, let's see what happens. He goes for one cyclone, Wealthy Man drops down to 30% health. Any follow-up from either the Stormbolt or the incap from the Monk, and that can easily be an ice block. It's such a precarious position to play in.
Man, literally just through Temporal Shield, Wealthy Man dropping to below half HP for a second there, and Blizzo just doing such a great job having that uptime, shutting down Wealthy Man, getting the damage out. Morrow, full kitty shot right now. Cubsy looking to get aggressive here on Looney, does get the bash, looking for the potential Cyclone or Sheep being cast. Great Dragon Smith with their nice double stop by Morrow. Perfect positioning there, preventing this go and keeping him alive.
Yeah, I think we saw in the Hearthstone new expansion there was a lot of dragons. That Dragon's Breath, if that's a card, that's going to win games. But this might also win games. The blind comes in. Huge play by Snuts. He's so aggressive. This could be the kill. Temporal Shield, the live cocoon. There was no follow-up. Wildcard Gaming by the smallest of margins stay alive.
Wow, still in so much trouble here. Morrow caught into these low cyclones from Cubsy. Is there any more clones to be had? Clone onto Blizzo, cheap shot onto Looney. Where is the polymorph? Wealthy Man, does he get it one time? He does not right now. Looney sitting behind the board. Morrow caught into a full kitty shot right now. Does have that card available. Lots of trouble right now for Morrow. He needs to get out of here right now. So much pressure's on him.
Yeah, he's in so much trouble. The counterspell once again. Cubsy is threatening for crowd control. Wealthy Man on the other side is a pincer maneuver, and Looney's gonna have to play off the dance of his life. Looks like he might be able to. War Banner, unfortunately, it wasn't killed off for that bash, meaning it's DR, but they do get the Cyclone. Maro, though, probably gonna be alive, and you can see his ice block is up in 2 seconds. So that window for Cloud9, that was almost the kill, but now Wildcard Gaming are back in the fight. That said, their offense has not been good this game. Wealthy Man does both his ice blocks as well.
Absolutely, so there's so much pressure actually coming out right now from Wildcard onto Wealthy Man. Cubsy doing a great job of iron marking to prevent this ice block having to be used here. Blizzo go ahead and get the fence here with the Avatar. Nice Cyclone on tomorrow. Cycloning a mage is one of the most useful things a Druid can actually do because the fact that a mage is Cyclone, it stops him from positioning in order to get a sheep. It prevents him from getting any damage to them, and they're basically the one that sets up everything for the team, so it completely shuts down the team. But right now, Wildcard's still all over Wealthy Man. Blizzo looking to get the Stormbolt on the Cubsy. Sharpened Blade has been used. Wealthy Man's still under lots of pressure right now.
Yeah, I think that was actually a small mistake there from Blizzo. He leaped over to Cubsy, thinking he had his spear up, but actually had 2 seconds left on the cooldown, so he had to go for the Stormbolt instead, and now he's not going to be able to access that Intimidate shout for a while, which is a shame because this could have been the first ice block. Meanwhile, Smoke Bomb coming in from Snuts, looking to be the MVP once again, looking to put Cloud9 through to the grand finals of BlizzCon 2019. Is he going to be able to do it? The counterspell comes in, but Greater Pyroblast. We've seen how much of a threat that ability can be. 50% of the health on Wealthy Man is gone. He needs to be careful. Cubsy trinkets, Stormbolt on the trinket. Looney, though, is looking for a drink in the backline. Are they going to stop it? Looks like he doesn't feel comfortable going for it right now. His human racial backs off, but Wealthy Man also needs to be careful as Cubsy leaps him behind.
Snuts getting in there right now, committing that Vendetta full blind onto Looney. Can he get the sap? Full sap out of the blind. Great job by him. Groat onto the mage now. There is no peels whatsoever. If Snuts can connect the kitty shot right here, this could be all bad for Morrow. Free sheep followed by Wealthy Man. Great job. Cubsy caught at the incap, looking to get the bash on Looney. Cycle coming in. It's full. It's DR actually. Morrow still in so much trouble. Might get the Connor right here. Could be so low. Does he block? We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, this could be the ice block. Life Cocoon's up in 3 seconds. If Looney gets kicked, he has to use his ice block, surely. Doesn't look like he has the Battle Master up right now. So
no, we're not.
Chance, but that is a beautiful low Cyclone once again by Cubsy, mitigating that absorb cooldown from Looney. 55 seconds on the Life Cocoon, so it's definitely something that Cloud9 are used to playing around and have to play around effectively if they are to win this series. 18% healing reduction. Still, Wealthy Man has both his ice blocks available. This game is looking fantastic for Cloud9 right now. Wildcard Gaming need to get something going.
This is very, very good right now. Looney actually just kind of wasted the bash, or the Lexi on Cubsy, but now Looney caught into a full polymorph there. Lots of damage coming on Morrow. Actually choosing to combust right now, too. Really kind of a bad time to use that spell stolen almost instantly. He's on the back foot completely here. Bash on Looney. Cyclone coming in from Cubsy. Does does get counterspelled. Wealthy Man free to cast. Still under so much pressure from Blizzo all over him. Smoke flexes up. Full fear on the comes from Blizzo. This is the ice block from Wealthy Man, or he could go down. He's being very, very careful. And there it is.
Yeah,
Beware.
The Battle Master as well. One health. If there's no heals here, that's an execute for Blizzo. Is he going to land it? He's so close. There's the execute. Do they have any more mobility? Wealthy Man is not out of the woods yet. Cubsy looking for the reconnect. A scary play by Wealthy Man, but he does get the health back. Well recovered by Cubsy, and this game has been incredible.
That was very, very scary. Wealthy Man's Battle Master's trinket, the extra health he got, actually disappeared in the ice block. That's why he dropped to literally 1 HP. Anything could have killed him. An auto attack from the healer could have killed him at that point. But well done recovering there.
I have pizza in my fridge.
Nice double dragon weapon tomorrow.
I'll be right back. Hopefully I don't fall out the stairs.
Triple CC once again, full bind on a link. That will force the ice block tomorrow.
Yeah, really good respect ice block there by Mara. He doesn't want to be in a situation where he's so far behind. But now he comes out against the counter spell. They're looking for the reverse ice block. Are they going to be able to find a good crowd control coming out? But this is going to be the second ice block. Surely. Nice play by Mara, recognizing that situation. Catching Cubsy a little bit off guard there. He's still going to be spamming out those cyclones, and now is the perfect time to do so. There's no counter spell, and Looney is coming off of those diminishing returns. If a full polymorph lands on him here, Mara has not been stabilized. Life Cocoon is back off cooldown, but Looney has no mana. Both these mages have no ice block, but I'd still say Cloud9 has the edge in this one.
Yeah, this is very, very back and forth. It looked very one-sided, but now all of a sudden, Wealthy Man has no ice blocks remaining right now. Cubsy still has that mana to work with, and Looney is really trying to look for a drink right now. Nice spear by Blizzo. They're trying to split this one here. Wealthy Man caught in that look. Lots of pressure. Cubsy has a lot of work to do here with that no Iron Bark available. Wealthy Man choosing to shut out that temp shield right now. Should get a lot of healing from that. Needs to get away from Blizzo all over him right now. That Avatar coming up right now for Blizzo. Stormbolt on the Cubsy. I expect the Avatar coming very, very soon here from Blizzo. Morrow pushing in for the Ring of Frost. Does he get it? He does not get a nice bash on Blizzo, preventing the damage there. Morrow just getting destroyed right now.
Yeah, Looney really needs to get some heals off. He has no mana. He's just being cordoned off by Cubsy right now. Another counter spell comes in though. That's a beautiful counter spell. Is there an execute? There is. And Wildcard Gaming upset the stock and go 1-up, 1 game away from the grand final.
If it keeps going back and forth like this, though, this is one of the most difficult series to call. It has been just so close every single game. Zico, can you break down how they were able to take this one?
This game was the complete opposite of the previous game, where all of a sudden, Wildcard Gaming, they have the momentum in the previous game all the way early, and then later on, it's nuts. He finds, the opportunity, and he gets to the deeper dampening, and they take down Blizzo. But in this game,
what the fuck?
It's the complete reversal. Cloud9 with the early pressure, almost killing Morrow straight up at the beginning of that game. They force out the early ice block. They get the early cauterize, and I mean, you can see it right here. You can see Cubsy. He's in that CC chain, and you see Morrow as well. He's coming out there, he's super low, has to use his cauterize, has to use the ice block as well, I believe here. And no, just the cauterize, but then here again, Wealthy Man now taking a bit of damage.
I don't know how you don't know how to use your Mr. X.
And then here
Baffling.
Again, Morrow in an ice block, Looney in a blind stab.
Beware.
But Morrow exits his ice block, lands the counterspell over onto Cubsy, and they reverse the pressure, forcing out another ice block right there. And again, you can see every single time Wildcard Gaming has the momentum, it's at the back of that counterspell right there. And
Beware.
That's the kill as well. So I want to say Cloud9, they played super aggressive. I loved it, but Morrow as well just played so good with those counterspells and managed to find opportunities where there wasn't any.
And so you actually just look back to their last series, and we talk about stuns coming in. It's a little bit bigger.
Beware.
Right? You've been inside of a series.
Remember when that guy said we were gonna need percent?
Clear that they're very close, and they go, wait, we should change.
Oh man.
And they decide to change something right when they are facing possible elimination from the tournament. They are looking at potentially not even cracking the top 3. We're in a situation right now where
like we still have one more group to kill.
On them to make it to the grand final.
Like we were over when we got up here.
Wildcard Gaming. At best, with what they have, it's a 50-50. Both of these teams look fantastic. Do you think they're going to have to do in that last series?
I didn't fall down the
I think it's so hard. The difference
but I did figure out that my knee is dislocated.
To a better composition, a very well-known
So,
Just pop it.
I did.
I think they've probably put themselves in
It wasn't fun.
they're currently in. The only thing I think they could swap
I can bend it again.
is if Wealthy Man started playing Fire as well for a little bit more punch, but it's so unknown, it's so untested. You don't want to put 2 games in a row on something like that. I think their execution just needs to be a little bit better. This last game, as Zico said, I thought this was Cloud9's best.
What?
Teach this fucking Rogue and Hunter how to use her goddamn misdirects.
Maybe they need to go up to Blizzard a little bit faster.
The Rogue usage just now, but that hasn't really been the case for the dungeon.
You probably just did it by accident.
It's part of my rotation.
Look at the folks at Wildcard Gaming.
I mean, it's part of my rotation on my road.
Why? Beware. Oh my god, why would you use it, dude?
Why would you blow
on this boss? The momentum right now. It seems like they've just improved game after game. Like so, like before it seemed like it was Cloud9 making mistakes on why they lost, but now it just seems like Wildcard such as Morrow landing so many counter spells. Every single counter spell was such a game-changing moment that I think that it's really heating up right now.
Yeah, I think it's very important to bring up because it's really different than what we said about that first matchup. Zico. This is a rematch. Last time it's what sent Cloud9 down to the lower bracket in the first place. It does seem like Wildcard Gaming is playing very differently than they did in that match.
I should have done this on my Valley, man. I'm sorry. Well, it was.
Your key.
It's my key.
It's not you, it's them.
You don't have a druid. You can't get the same type of cross-crowd control that Cloud9 can do, but they still find opportunities when, you know,
I should never have to fucking drop aggro on a
they
road.
get a nice counter spell, and then, you know, at the same time, Blizzo and Mark can connect with big damage.
Beware.
It really looked like they were on the back foot for minutes, and it looked like they were almost, you know, losing at the get-go. They first had to get a blind and do some ridiculous plays
The
from
Dark
Blizzo.
Lady
Tomorrow
will
is able to
surely
survive that
appreciate
situation,
your
and then
service.
later on they find those opportunities.
It seems Ashvane provided us with a convenient
with tomorrow,
exit.
so
It's
I
time
gotta
we
just say,
take our
Mark
lead.
just stepped up in a big way. But at the same time,
I'm sure glad we already used Lust.
playing aggressive,
Yeah.
I think they can still win.
The Dark Lady will surely appreciate your
5, 4, 3,
It seems Ashvane provided us with a
1.
convenient exit.
Depending on who
It's
you talk
time
to,
we take
some
our
would
lead.
argue Morrow might
Allow
have been
Borealis
past.
to
I feel like you might be on the other end of that argument.
Yeah, no, I've always thought Wealthy Man has been the absolute hardest mage to fight in the entire game. Everything that this guy does, he is the hardest guy to attack and stay on top of, which is why it's so crazy how Blizzo is able to find so much uptime on him. Wealthy Man is always so good at rotating through the Novas, the Kona Colds, always using his blinks very well, positions properly with his healer, and all those things make him as good as a player as he is.
Well, if you want to see North America continue on in this BlizzCon, you're going to need to give them your energy right now, because this could be the last game for the entire region. This could set the stage for an all-EU affair in the grand final. Wildcard Gaming just one game away from playing against Metal Black.
One game away from that rematch.
Don't shoot it yet.
Final that we haven't had in, I think, like 3-4 years now. North America has been so good in Arena for the last few years. Of course, last year,
I think I have Lightfoot Potion.
in the grand final. And Cloud9, I still wouldn't count them out of this one. Very, very possible that they are able to win the next 2 games.
Where did he die?
I mean, for them, it's just going to come down to those little
No
things. As we
idea.
say, the differences between Morrow and Wealthy Man. I think one of the things Morrow has done a better job in this series is landing counter spells. If Cubsy can fake a little bit better, if Wealthy Man can force those onto himself a little bit better, that could be a difference maker going into the next few games. But as it is, Wildcard Gaming come out the gates roaring and almost force that first ice block.
Yeah, lots of Maldex flying into Wealthy Man right now. Blizzo all over him, still trying to keep that pressure going. Is there going to be any follow-up control onto Cubsy here to keep this going? It looks like Arrow won't be here. Snuts always sitting on Morrow, trying to deny these greater power blasts. Snuts actually sheeped up far from his healer right now. He's out of the game for the next 10 plus seconds or so. Very brutal situation for him to be in right now, as Blizzo is constantly moving towards Wealthy Man right now. A setup is bound to happen very, very soon here. I'd like to see, yep, there it is. Cubsy getting aggressive right now. Bash onto Looney. Full kidney shot coming onto Mario here. Full clone onto Looney. Lots of damage here.
Yeah, that was a really nice play by Snuts. He recognized that his team was about to fall so far behind, so he used the Vanish on the Nova, denied the Greater Power Blast, and also converted that into a line of So really heads up play by Snuts. His team needs him now more than ever. On that assassination road, he can be an absolute superstar playmaker, solo killer in fact in this game. So he really needs to have a good one. We've got the full sheep with the counter spell once again. Morrow controlling the team by himself, having a great time. Blizzo meanwhile not having such a great time as he's snared up by Wealthy.
Yeah, I believe Wealthy might actually know, but that probably denied the fear from Cubsy coming in there, or the shout from Blizzo there. Struggle onto Cubsy. Is there going to be a ring across the follow-up? It looks like it is attempted. Snuts blind on Lulu, looking to get aggressive right now, going hard on Blizzo. I want to see the sap. Is there any sap? Is there a sheep? Nothing off the blind. Once again, it's those setups that are really, really scary. They might get the war banner from Blizzo, but I feel like that's just not enough. They need to try to get cocoons, trinkets, something.
Yeah, the thing is, when they use the blind, I really want to see Cubsy and Wealthy Man already in a position to follow up as well, kill off the war banners, etc. There, both Cubsy and Wealthy Man were so far behind, so it almost felt like Snuts was forced to say, hey, we need to get some aggressive pressure in this game. He had to go for it, but now he is taking the damage, the evasion, the human racial, the cloak of shadows. That is really scary for Snuts. He blurs through every single defensive there from just one swap, one Stormbolt from Blizzo. This is something about Wildcard Gaming. Their composition is just so scary in little burst windows. No one can afford to overextend.
Yeah, I think the nerves maybe getting his stunts a little bit here. This composition is so high in damage though. Getting the result here, stunned on Looney. Is there any follow-up CC? Instantly denied by Mara with the Dragon's Breath sheep there. Now, Wealthy Man's still under tons of pressure right now. Ironbark used onto him. Snuts is a very viable kill target. Without that cloak and evasion, you can literally get underdog by a Fire Mage Warrior and one stun. But right now, stun on the Cubsy, full ring across has been used there. Trinket forced out there. Temporal shield from Wealthy Man. Good job denying the pressure there. Unfortunately, kind of stacked with
Cannon's good to go.
With the Trinket and the Temporal shield, but they should be okay for now.
Yeah, really nice Cyclone denies the great
that was fun.
Once again, Cloud9's crowd control in this game has been some of the best, but they've really struggled
Will ensure
not
the
finding something off the blind
alliance
or
meets the
not
same
finding
fate
crowd
as
control. Look at the way
Borales.
Cubsy and Wealthy Man are positioning in this game. Compared to the smaller maps, they're max ranging Looney. They're never really in a situation where they can land polymorphs right now, so they are truly putting all their eggs in the late game basket right now. Good crowd control coming in though. Blade Storm from Blizzo denies the Cyclone. Greater Power Blast still being threatened. Actually, I think that was a juke on the counter spell there potentially. No, instead a counter spell coming in over onto Cubsy, which he juked potentially. Wealthy Man instead getting caught up in that one, meaning that Cubsy can now get aggressive. There's no protection really for Looney. He has to protect himself. He does a good job of it though. In cap into Ring of Peace, and once again, Wildcard Gaming reverse.
Lucifer, you're the cutest dog ever.
Lots of damage here. Vendetta committed.
You're not gonna get my piece.
Sheep to follow by Wealthy
Ooh,
Man.
we got the band.
Full counter spell has been used. The war banner by Blizzo actually making that sap.
That was, but damn, if only.
The Cyclone. Can they get any more Cyclones right now? Cubsy actually gets reflected on the clone right now. Could they do anything with this? Wealthy Man kind of in trouble right now, blinking back to safety here, realizing the danger right now.
That's Rogue.
Cubsy going for that result there. Full speed with Blizzo. Now where Blizzo's standing, there's we actually
Rogue got a band of the ancient treasure.
When someone gets dragged across the map with a Frost Mage, you're basically going to get crowd control for the next 20 plus seconds straight with polymorphs and Novas. So it looks like they maybe want to try to switch targets to Blizzo here when the time comes.
Yeah, I think the play there from Looney was actually a really smart one. He used the revival, which not only does it heal, it also dispels all magical effects. It's a 3-minute cooldown. It's something you don't really think about.
Many lucky dues for you.
Really intelligent heads-up play from Looney, because as you say, that was a high value. That was 20